not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Flip too hard, damn it!
For standing up for an LGBTQ2 plus kid.
What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Sunday. It's Sunday, and I'm here to review with my good friend Az Heel versus Babyface, the episode 4 of Rings of Power, which was a fucking snooze fest. I fell asleep like 3 times, and then I couldn't do it last night, so I had to go to sleep, wake up, had 4 cups of coffee, and then I watched it, and I was finally able to get through it. And my God, what the fuck was that? Hi, Az. How are you?
I'm all right. How you doing, me old cocker?
I don't know what you just said.
Great talk.
Did you just call me a cocker?
Cocker, yeah, me old cocker.
What does that mean?
Nothing rude.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's an innuendo there or something. Because all I heard was cock. So
it's more in line. Fucking hell, when you have to explain the go. Jesus Christ. It's more akin to if I was actually speaking to a Cockney. All right, me old cocker.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. A Cockney person. But you're not. You're a fake Canadian and a fake Mexican.
Yeah, snow Mexican.
And you're actually part of the Aryan race.
Yeah, I'm a white Arab, apparently. Hey, speaking of weird people that are I don't know, mistaken for other races all the time, here's Jane Theory. Hi.
Oh,
hello.
Well, Jane's a white man.
Yeah,
so, you know.
I'm a straight white man.
Hi. Hey, you straight white man. How are you?
Doing great. How are you guys?
I'm sick of your cis white maleness, Jane.
I know, right?
God, get over yourself and your privilege.
It's terrible.
Jane's privilege is
I have to take
tremendous.
responsibility at some point.
It's like a whole thing.
I take responsibility.
Oh my God.
You want to get one of those videos with Aaron Watts-Majiggy?
Yeah.
Jane, you need to have a black and white version of your picture and then be like, I take
do.
responsibility. But yeah, Az is here. We're on the introductions for Az. If you don't know who Az is, I don't know what to tell you. So Az, just please introduce yourself for those people that possibly won't know who you are on my channel.
I'm old and I shout at clouds.
Okay. I feel like that should be Gary's intro.
Gary can't see the clouds. He's so blind.
Jesus.
At least I can see the clouds to shout at them.
Gary sees rainbows. Never mind.
Gary's too busy trying to fix the electrics in his house to be able to go outside to shout at the clouds. I love you. I love you, Papa Bear.
Oh, we love you, Gary. Jane, how are you?
I'm doing good. Doing
You made
good.
it. I'm so happy you're here.
I'm happy I can make it.
Please tell everyone where they can find you, you white male.
Yes, you can find me on YouTube. I post movie and television reviews and occasionally some pop culture commentary. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Jane Theory. And tonight, after House of the Dragon, you can find me on Nirvana's channel.
Yeah, on Gary's channel. And just for old time's sakes, here is a video of Jane. Before you introduce yourself, say your line.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Oh my God.
I still have that.
That last one was really hot.
It's the white male coming out.
Yeah.
The evolution of Jane.
Yeah.
It really is. The Uber Geek is here for 5. Says, I don't know about you, but episode 4 has taught me so much. I know now that insulting a dwarf in her own home makes strong gravy. Wow, the
Yeah.
stuff you learn. What was that line?
I don't know.
Is strong gravy diarrhea?
Well, I mean,
That's one interpretation, possibly.
make strong. I don't know, because gravy's nice and like thick gravy can be nice.
Poisoned
Yes.
gravy?
So strong gravy, I mean, that to me sounds like meaty goodness. So
Strong gravy, I mean,
I'm confused.
it's thick and I don't know, it reminds me of Thanksgiving or what happens after Taco Bell. I don't know.
I don't
Whatever.
know what it was supposed to
Ooh.
mean. Nothing in the show makes sense.
No.
Like, honestly, nothing in this show makes sense, and it was so
There's a
freaking
tempest
boring.
in me.
Jane,
Go to
the
the toilet
tempest.
then.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Let's start. Let's get into this. I can't even. Okay, here we go. Let me start this
Okay.
this shit show. Okay, hold
I'm
on.
gonna load up the Lego website. So
Do
so I
it.
can look at
Do it just so we can. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so what's going on in this show is that first they have this weird dream sequence at the beginning with the Queen of Numenor. 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 And
They
she's
really
like,
need a
"Oh,
language coach.
I know.
I need to shut the fuck up. Is what I mean.
She's all like, "Oh my god, babies!" and yay! And then all of a sudden, she sees the sequence where she's being just a tsunami hits her because she sees the
Yeah.
petals of the tree coming near her, and then a tsunami hits her, and then she wakes up and she's like, "Oh my god, it was such a bad dream. I had a nightmare," and
Yeah.
or something. And we're like,
She
okay.
gets the vision instead of the man who actually gets the vision.
Instead of the man who actually gets the vision, what do you mean?
Yeah. So
Expand
it's supposed
on
to be Elendil's father
Okay.
who actually is given this vision or informed through the senses, what have you, that the city is going to be, that the nation is going to be destroyed. And he's the one who warns his son to get his sons and get out with all of the faithful, those who will come, those who are still, who honor Valinor and the gods,
Mm-hmm.
well, the god and the angels and the elves, to leave and
Mhm.
thus be saved from what's coming. And they've changed that and they've given it to her.
Because whammon.
Because women.
Even though Galadriel never goes to Numenor.
Never. But I knew it. I said in the video based on the trailer that that's what they were going to do because there's no other reason to have her in Numenor except for it to be her idea. And as we can see, I didn't anticipate it being Muriel as well, but it's the two of them who are going to ultimately get the people off the island, apparently.
Oh, of course, because the two women have to team up after their cat fight, which was hilarious. The Tempest line. I was
It
like,
made
oh,
no
God.
sense. What are you?
But then we go into the next scene is the dude is giving some speech about how elves suck because he got beaten up by that dude. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a great speech before here by a member of the one of the crafting guilds who says, "Elven ships are at our shores, and there aren't any.
There's nothing."
And then he talks about elven people will take your trades, but
this guy,
there's only Galadriel there, and she don't give a shit about no one, so don't worry, mate. And then he says,
"She's a rescue,
and she doesn't work.
They don't sleep, they don't tire, they're immortal." And I'm like, yeah, but there's still no fucking elves there, mate. So what are you coming? What are you ranting about? And it's just to have an allegory of immigration that doesn't fit.
No,
it doesn't even work in the show because it's not what is happening.
Because
it's so contrived. It's so contrived.
Yeah, so you have to have Farazon come along and go, "Let's make Numenor great again."
Yeah.
And then he's already got women lined up with booze. None of it made sense.
On trays.
I was like, what? Dude.
It's as if they all read the script.
it's it's as if he planned it out. I was like, did he know this guy was gonna give the speech? Because well, and the like at the end of his speech, he goes up to him and he gives him a fist bump or something. So I was like, wait, was this like planned out? Because they like give each other a hug.
Well, I think he
Did he
gave him a hug
anticipate
to
it?
reassure him.
Oh,
But did
like
he anticipate that the crowd would buy this nonsense?
he was like, hey, what's up, yo?
It's like, no, it's like, come on, yeah. He's like, yeah, look, I got my glass of wine. There was just some chick here with a fucking tray and yeah, just one.
All those people were there for the free booze, not what the hell was going on. They were like, wait, what? This guy's handing out free booze? Let's go. Like every wedding.
And that's the other thing too, is he's acting like a politician. This is a monarchy.
Okay, that was the other part that actually confused me, Jane, because later in the episode, when the queen is talking about her father, she's like, yeah, like you know, he did all this stuff, and then they, you know, I was like, I'm not gonna like. The people rebelled and they didn't want him as a king anymore, so then they elected me, and I was like, wait, what? Like, it's a monarchy, though.
What they've done is they've drug out this man's death. Okay.
Mhm.
Because he's supposed to be dead, and Farazan, who is his nephew, if I remember correctly, usurps the throne from Muriel. So there is no opportunity for her to do all of this foolishness. The only way they could sort of fit it in is to have him on his deathbed for a period of time. So that's what they've done.
Oh. And then they somehow elect. Okay. That's weird. Hi, Script Doctor.
Hi, sorry for my tardiness, but
Hello.
you know, work came interfered. But I'm glad to be here, and I like your new chair, Nina. It's very Star Trek-y.
Oh, thank you. It's the same chair.
Oh.
I just put the auto one on it, so it does.
It's got like a
weird
warp
things with
core
light.
pulsing.
Yeah, it's like a pulse engine. Wow, that's like ASMR.
I could sleep. I could fall asleep to the warp core.
I could too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I could too. But I now I have a new thing to fall asleep to. It's called Rings of Power. I'll just put that on anytime, and I'll just be like, all right.
I have to watch it first thing when I wake up, or I will pass out. On today's episode, so I have this side habit I do where if I can find good wasabi, I usually spread it on my sandwiches I make in the morning. Like
You're
butter.
crazy.
I know, but
You have wasabi sandwiches.
oh yeah, wasabi with chicken, tomato, lettuce. You know,
What kind of
onions.
Canadian are you?
Not just plain wasabi on bread.
I was going to say that.
Fuck. What is this? This is fucking blasphemy, Script Doctor. We use maple syrup, sir.
Well, I can dip it in maple
On
syrup.
chicken?
Sure, why not? You can have maple
Yeah,
syrup.
sure.
chicken.
You can
That's
actually
way
cook
too much.
chicken in maple syrup. It's pretty good.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, like maple syrup.
But
Not on
anyways,
the
I had to
bread.
eat that. I had to eat a sandwich that gave me a kick of consciousness every half hour because this was a longer than an hour episode.
Yeah, and
Bobby would
how?
do that.
Nothing happens. It's like, well, I mean, things happen, but my God, it
The
was.
discovery of Mithril. Oh my lord.
Oh my God, the myth, dude. Don Lemonor or Don Lemonlass or whatever the-
Lemonlass.
Yeah, Lemonlass. That guy, his entire like whatever the hell was going on there. I was like, what? What?
Take this message to the elves. Why?
And then we're going
Why?
to attack you
And then nobody's
immediately.
yeah, and then there's a horde of orcs like going after them, but then they go into the light, and then nobody shoots an arrow until they're like decide to leave, and then there's like 2 arrows. That drop.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this?
Shit.
Yeah,
They really have turned the orcs into vampires, though.
yeah, they have. It was wild because they're like chasing them through the forest, and then
They can go into the sun.
they can.
They
go
don't
into
like
the
it, but they can
sun.
do it.
And then
Well, yeah.
So
You know,
while
until
No,
someone
it
invents
burns them. It
sunglasses,
burns them
the
in this
orcs
for
are-
some reason.
Yeah, like the orcs when they invent sunglasses, they'll be unstoppable in this version of it.
While we were like after that scene with the MAGA Numenorians,
Oh, that felt so staged. Like the quote unquote politician paid off the guy with the bowl cut to start that riot so he could be there because he had like drinks at the ready. Everything
Yeah.
felt so staged. It was like because beforehand he's doing this type of thing with his son where he's like a clever man is for smaller pursuits, a wise man is for greater pursuits, and then all of a sudden he got this huge assembly of people where the logic is just crazy because the guy's like, oh yeah, elves they don't sleep and they don't age, so of course they're going to take our meandering jobs. It's like, no, they would do something way more worthwhile.
They might do more. And then that's what I was saying, Script Doctor, too, because he came and hugged that guy afterwards and he was like, yeah, good job pumping these guys up so I could knock it out of the park for you. I was like, what is
and
this?
Whispered something to him, it looked like as well. Like it was just it felt very old school type of political maneuvering that you've seen in better things.
Yeah, but didn't any of the audience go, why have you just got a bunch of drinks ready for it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're talking. Well, again, you're also, I guess, talking to a bunch of or asking questions to a bunch of people that are easily coerced into thinking that elves, if they are hired by men, would remain slaves or employees to those men, failing to realize that they'll outlive them and then eventually become the boss. Like, there's no way.
Look, there's that guy.
To any of them. Yeah,
this
that's
is the guy that started the whole thing, and then this guy's like, "Yeah, that's right."
My problem with it too is that this is Numenor. These people themselves have extended lifespans. Like they're not idiots. These are incredibly intelligent people.
Be. Yeah.
But they are.
They're only as clever as the writing, and let's be honest. Oopsies.
It's really obvious because this has so many story threads start, but they have no direction.
200 Watt Studios for 5 says, why does the town square with the protest look like a cheap, badly lit set from Sci-Fi Channel show? Where did they spend the $50 million an episode? 200 Watt Studios, I actually was thinking about the same thing because, well, while I was watching the episode, I just kept feeling like this does, like, no matter how much I keep wanting it to be, it just doesn't feel like Lord of the Rings. Like, there's just something you literally could take this show and make it any generic like fantasy show and then be like, oh, this could be a live action remake of, Dragon Age or a live action something. But it
I thought these sets felt like fucking Next Generation.
Really?
I was thinking more like Killjoys. Remember Killjoys? That's
no, Killjoys was better.
I think they rebuilt some of the sets and then airlifted them from Canada to Australia, and that's why it was so expensive.
New Zealand.
Oh, sorry, New Zealand. I didn't mean to confuse Kiwis.
Dare you?
Dare cast shade on my home country.
How dare you?
Embarrassing, script doctor.
To me, it still looks like a stage play. Like I could see high schoolers reconstructing each of these scenes.
I could see high schoolers writing this.
Yeah, I could see that too. Declan Lions, thank you so much for the 10. Says, you all laugh about the warp core sounds, but I work night shifts and use various types of white noise to drown out ambient sounds. My favorite is the bridge from the original track. It's very relaxing.
That's a good one too.
That's true. And then Varen for $7.99 says, hi, Persian woman, bald man, doctor man, and supposed white man. I like the part where Gladriel kicked open the door and said, knock, knock, before shooting. Oh my God, that whole scene. What is happening in this show? Okay, so after what was it? Oh yeah, after the weird speech, his son tries to pick up Isildur's daughter, who I already forgot her name.
No, Isildur's sister.
Sister, sorry.
Yeah, the non-existent sister.
Elendil's
fake sister, yeah.
Yeah, the fake sister, the one that's
go with all the other fake fucking characters in this show.
Elendil's daughter is what I meant. This one, yeah, and then this dude's trying to pick her up. I mean, okay, to be fair, at least she's got some goods.
She's got some fun bags.
Yeah, just saying.
Nice curves, yeah.
I noticed the curves. I was like, I appreciate the curves. Just saying. I feel like they could have made the top part a little bit tighter. They still tried to give her that like flowy look, so you can't really see it, but you can't
It's like
not
a Roman
see it.
thing.
They're trying to convey that there's no underwear in Middle Earth. That's what they're trying to do.
Is that what they're trying to do?
I think so. But I'm surprised that's only the one guy that's, trying to seduce her. I mean, you see a woman like that among the rest of the crowd of the show, you'd think there'd be a lot more men circling her.
I know, because everybody else is fugly. Like, you're like,
especially
dude,
considering the fact that she actually has a talent in art as well. Like we get a glimpse at some of the stuff that she's drawing, and like, okay, that's not bad. That's
she's all right
good for that time. Yeah.
He's trying to get her drunk, though. I feel
I
like
would
that's
too.
problematic.
I'd be playing her full of alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Gonna come up and see my etchings.
the alcohol is supplied by his father. I don't know if I would take that drink if I was her. I'd be like,
I don't think she does.
how about new? Like, no.
How about
It's
no?
not a way to class.
Oh my god. The Uber Geek for 20. Thank you so much. That's super generous. Says, let's just go by the rules of the show. They have established orcs burn in the sun, but when what?
Bronwyn.
Oh, thank
Theo. Theo. Just say Theo. When Theo
Dude,
goes running.
Dude, I almost read it at brownies. I was like, what the hell is brownies? Oh no, that sounds really racist.
Wow.
But when Bronwyn's kid goes running, the orc chases him in the daylight. I know. Sun rays penetrate cloud cover. You cunts. Is climate change not real? I know. Dude, there was so much wrong with that scene. I was like, sunlight goes through tree branches and clouds, and there's going to be sunlight in the woods. Like, what the hell is...
The best you can hope for is it dimmed through like a heavy overcast for like an approaching storm, but what they showed was not that. I mean, the only smart kid of those two was the one that, like, as soon as Theo went to the tavern, he's like just took off with the food. I'm like, yeah that's what you should be doing.
That was the Nazi kid.
Yeah. Knife ears. Yeah, come on there, knife ears.
Hey, knife ears.
But Theo is just waits until nightfall.
In a well.
In a well. Oh my god.
He waits till nightfall so they can chase him for the next scene.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, how did he? Okay, there was no splashing sound. Like, he like fell, I don't know how many feet deep or whatever, and then he climbs out by himself without any help. But what does he clasp onto? No one knows. He doesn't grab the rope because all of that would have a lot of noise.
One of the stupidest places to hide
was the well.
Yeah,
yes.
You're trapped in a well.
Yes. Oh my god, I was like, what is happening? And then where did he put I didn't understand where he put the kill.
He left it with the production crew until he got out of the well.
He must have, because he stabbed himself with it and it grew another like 8 inches, and then he doesn't even kill the orc in the tavern. He just cuts his hand and then runs away like a wimp.
And then
he cut his arm off.
Thought he did, but like it should have.
I remember that because that guy just like burst out. It's just like, I'm just gonna get some water from the well, and then the water's just completely still, even though he's just stuck his head under it to hide.
Yeah.
But I just felt I just wanted to walk in on this like fucking filthy Frank. Just walk in and go, just stop.
Just stop the whole thing.
Stop this nonsense.
I have a question about the orcs too. Is it just me, or do they like speak a lot more in this than the other times we've seen them and like the previous Lord of the Rings? I feel like they're more intelligent, it seems.
They speak a decent amount in Two Towers and Return of the King.
Yeah, I mean,
when you get the orc packs.
Yeah, that's
they
right.
coordinate with each other. I would say this. They speak frequently in Lord of the Rings of Power. I don't know if they're intelligent though, because even when they just let Don Lemonor leave, they give him a quiver and bow. Like, why?
Yeah. They gave him a quiver and bow. I was like, where did he get his...
Well, they gave him a quiver and bow because as soon as he left to deliver the really important message, they immediately tacked him.
He attacked him and his
Also-
illegitimate son.
Also, they let him take a shower before he left because he was like freaking filthy before, like when he was talking to the other dude and he had like bruises and stuff all over his face. And then all of a sudden, like he was fine. Like there was no dirt on him or anything. Let me bring up that scene because I was like, what is going on with this scene? All of a sudden, there's like nothing on him. Here he is.
And they're saved by the sunrise. Oh, God, that was so stupid.
Oh my God, when he caught that arrow that was going for the kid, I was like, what?
That could have been cool, but it doesn't feel fun or earned.
See, he's like clean now. There's like a little bit of patch of dirt here, but he's like he was so much worse before when he was talking to that guy. It was like they were like, okay, go take a bath. Oh, here it is. Here he is before when he's talking to the dude. He's just, I don't know, maybe it's the lighting. He's just totally filthy. And then so back to the Karen scene, because that's what happened. Had a bunch of Karens talking to each other about how you know, the queen should help the elves like her father would have. And the queen was like, no, I'm not gonna do that because I'm the queen and fuck you, bitch. And this other chick was like,
Oh,
I'm the temp. Wait. I have
there
a
is a
tempest
tempest
in
in
me.
me.
That kind of sounded sexual, but I was like, all right, whatever. Let's
It
just-
sounded dumb. It didn't
sounded-
even,
Because it is dumb.
there would be a
Because
response to what she heard.
it's dialogue created to sound intelligent, but it's fucking stupid. Like a stone looks down and a ship looks up, even though a ship it's just dumb. It's just stupid stuff which has made you go, oh, that is so poignant. What's it mean then? Don't know.
Absolutely nothing.
No,
Well,
I
I mean-
think the fans of the show are like the fans of terrible music where it's like, I just like the sound. I don't listen to the lyrics. I just like the images. I don't listen to what's being said from people that came out of their mouth.
The images aren't so great.
This is why Megan Thee Stallion has a career, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn, script doctor. But it just was so cringe, the whole scene, because it just seemed like such a Karen, just Karen on Karen fight. And I'm like, all right, one after the other. And then so they throw her.
Karen violence.
Yeah, Karen on Karen violence. That's exactly what it was. And then they throw her in the
Karenception.
Karenception. And then they throw her in prison where, Sauron is chilling. Well, I know it's Sauron, but we know it's Sauron. But some other people don't think it's Sauron. And he's all like, well, what are you in here for now? A bar fight? And she's like, well, what did she say? Something like, said, what was that?
Do not lecture me on the art of war. You do not think to lecture me on the art of war, some shit.
No, she was like, sedition? What was the word?
Yes,
Yeah,
sedition.
she's
Yeah, that's
addiction.
right.
I'm like, I think you have to be a citizen for that, don't you?
Do you? That's true. He's like, what are you in for now? Bar fight? Sedition.
Being a cunt.
Technically, if anything, she's in there for contempt of the Queen Regent. I mean,
Yes.
that's
Well, and he tells her that later on. He mansplains to her why it happens. But then we go to a scene with Isildur where he's just, I don't know, he's tripping balls.
I don't know what that was. And I think that his commanding officer is also a moron.
It was his GCSE, remember? This is him taking his GCSE and rope pulling on a ship.
Yes, but he seems to be tripping balls because he hears some sort of woman's voice being like, Isildur. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like,
That's
Where
supposed to be his
are
mom.
they?
who is it? Is it his mom? Is that supposed to be his mom? I don't know.
Well, it's weird because his name's being chanted by this female voice, and then you have the captain that says "pull harder," and I'm like, there's really a lot of innuendo that could be inferred from that.
All I heard was
Well, everyone is gay, so
Well, especially in I guess this navy here that's in Rings of Power, right?
Oh my
No
god.
woman on board, and yet it's supposed to be diverse.
Was that the one on the
Oh.
left?
No, there's a woman far left.
That's not
Oh,
just
yeah.
an effeminate man.
Oh,
Right here.
no.
Yeah. Are
Wait,
we
hang on,
assuming
hang on.
genders?
Let me look. Let me see if there's any other better shots of women around we need to know for science.
Because I know of the two guys that were expelled with him. One of them had very female-looking curly hair.
Why expel them?
I know they were the ones
I
that
didn't
tried to save
understand.
No reason.
the action, like fix the action. Like he let go of the rope,
Oh.
but, like they grabbed it. It's like, oh, because you guys two did your job trying to maintain the ship, I'm going to get rid of you as well.
I really, I
literally
They
did
wanted a
nothing
scene
wrong.
after- Yeah, it's just as if they wanted a scene afterwards where they were all just shouting and arguing at each other because we need like tension. You got to have like arguments. But it's
We need
just
to express white
bullshit.
privilege in this because that's how he got his position on the boat.
no, I feel like there is a woman. I feel like this chick is a girl. Maybe.
That's a chick. It could be.
Yeah,
I mean,
think
I
so.
didn't see her until just now when you pointed it out. So, but you know, one out of
One.
many. That's,
Well, I just say I hope so because I had a wank about it like earlier. So
Oh, no. There was one.
kind of hoping that it is. Otherwise, I'm. oh, dear.
Otherwise,
I
yeah.
have some questions to it.
Otherwise, I got news.
Otherwise, I got
for you.
news for you.
Yeah. Oh no.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
The fact that that clip is not from a comedy, but from a serious drama on NBC.
Oh my god, I know. And then they get off the ship, and this dude's like, "Your white male privilege got us suspended, or like kicked off the boat, and you're a privileged dude, and never had to work for anything in your life," and just goes into this whole thing about how this dude's privileged and
But here's
has
my
never
thing.
had to
Here's my
work.
question. They just spent all of this time prior to this belittling and demeaning his father as pretty much nothing but a petty lord. And now suddenly his family is important again?
I know,
Now
right?
suddenly they're nobles of status and standing that he would be able to get on this ship? He was nothing before, and now suddenly he's something.
Oh my god, I didn't even
You
think
can't
about
have
that.
both. You can't do it.
And this was co-written by the showrunners, who are clearly not paying attention to the previous episode.
They're
No.
not paying attention to the previous scene.
They're not paying attention to 5 minutes ago. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so then this dude mouths off this dude, and then he's just like, "Oh my god, you suck!" And they get into a fight. The other guy tries to break it up. They leave. It was a whole thing. Then we get to Don Lemonlass, where he's just I don't know, witnessing some sort of weird thing with some orc dude being tended to by his weird elf father thing, and the guy takes a knife and kind of does a mercy kill on him. I don't know what the hell was going on there, but I'm guessing.
Adar.
I guess.
This is Adar.
Mhm.
Not that guy, the other guy.
Which
What
one?
is this even?
Oops.
Adar, right? Okay, it's going to be explained later that the orcs come from Adar.
Yes.
So,
Well,
so
that's why they
Adar-
call him father, I'm guessing.
But
because-
Yeah.
why? Why?
Because reasons, I guess.
I don't want to know how the orcs.
Even
come
though it's
about.
already been established before, and never mind. But I guess these particularly white ones come from Adar.
Oh no, white ones. Okay.
You know what? I
Come on.
think possibly what's happening here is they have set them up as essentially white supremacists or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
But and I guess
Colonialists
because
as
they've
well.
done that, you can't make them victims. But in reality, they are intelligent beings, and they hate what they have to do. They hate what they've become. This whole thing where they love this guy or love Melkor or love Sauron or whatever that they're in on the terrorization of this land, it just makes no sense to the actual story unless you're trying to make them even more of the enemy on a personal level. And it seems like that's what they're trying to do instead of making them more sympathetic figures, which is the direction they could have gone in since you're diving into their culture amongst themselves.
How about no, Jane? Because I don't want to think about how orcs are fucking, victims of some shit. Like, no, orcs are bad. I just want like the good dudes to kill the orcs, and let's call it a day. That can we just not have misunderstood orcs at this point in our life? I don't. Is it just me?
It's just this entire setup is weird.
This
person
weird.
isn't real. This isn't a real character. This is another.
Oh, so this is another made up character.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. With similar makeup to Brent Spiner's lore and data in this particular shot here. Just color graded a little differently. It's like, oh yeah, I can see what they're trying to do there.
Oh yeah, you're right. Low watermark for $100 to just to say they took our jobs.
Well, thank you for that.
Wow.
They did.
Thank you so much for that generous.
And the Orcs are colonizing the Southlands.
Oh God.
Literally.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that.
You got immigration on one place and colonization on another place, and always white privilege everywhere.
Oh, don't forget the nomadic Hardfoots. That's akin to, I guess, some tribes, First Nations and Native American tribes.
How can I forget?
But it's okay though, because your Karen is going to save the day.
That's right. No, both Karens. Karen on Karen scissoring.
The Karens of conjecture, because they provided no evidence or support for any of the weird wailings that they've been espousing so far.
Genuine question though. Do you guys think the Karens are going to scissor by the end of this?
Well, I know, but the answer is no.
They do have an enemy
The answer is no.
an intimacy coordinator. So.
Yeah, but that's because the whole show got fucked.
So wait, the intimacy coordinator wasn't for the scissoring as?
I don't know what the intimacy coordinator was there for.
Oh.
Either way, 4 episodes have occurred, and not a single need for intimacy has also occurred. So the guy got paid.
I was going to say, the actress who did Galadriel needed therapy after her fight scenes. So maybe she needs therapy after somebody's just nice to her.
Maybe the intimacy coordinator was for these two, just to teach them how to have some intimacy, because my God, these people are like a freaking wooden board. Like, it's just there's no
sparks between them. Yeah.
There's nothing there. Maybe they were like, okay.
To me, it just looks like they just want to fuck all the time.
They don't look like they want to fuck at all. I don't know what you're seeing. I mean, maybe that guy looks a little horny, but
he looks thirsty as fuck. Come on.
I don't know. The look I'm getting from him is like all he wants to do is put a bag over her head first and then go to town.
Well,
which is weird because I think she's
maybe a gag.
Bag or gag. Yeah.
Like it.
I mean, she's pretty. Just put a gag over her
very
mouth.
Attractive. I just don't believe he does.
She is very beautiful because she's Persian, and I see myself in her.
Shut it, woman.
No. I also see myself in Disa because she's also Persian. Just saying.
You're overrepresented in this.
I know. It's amazing. Never seen so much Persian representation in a fantasy world. But yeah, after that scene with this weird Andar person, who I'm guessing is another, they're trying to kind of say like this is another person that could be Sauron, like, because he's making these goblins or whatever, like orcs or whatever.
Yeah.
And he makes no sense though. He's like, I'm gonna let you go to the tower and give these messages. I'm like, okay, why don't you just kill them? But okay. Then we go to the scene where the Persian girl is leading the town to wherever
he's a terrible leader.
Absolutely terrible.
Absolutely the worst.
No organization skills whatsoever. She doesn't know what the hell is going on, and they're running out of food.
Why didn't Adar just send a scout?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a good
Why are
question.
they listening to her? Like, did they not have their own leadership?
She brought in a
As the-
head to the
She's
tavern.
fit and they want to fuck her.
There's that too.
They all
But
want
she's
to fuck
not
her.
smart because she's like, we're gonna have 5 villages come hide in this one small tower that the elves built.
Oh my god.
If you go back to that scene just then, she's the only one in clean clothes.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's so that you can pay attention to her because she doesn't have the acting chops to draw your eye in the scene.
How dare you, script doctor? She can act better than any Persian woman I've ever seen. I
You're
mean,
the
her-
only Persian woman you've
Her
ever
cleavage
seen.
is doing a lot of work there.
that, you know what? She does have good cleavage. That's true.
Could be better.
Hmm.
It's not like
That's fair.
Elizabethan heaving or anything, you know.
Yeah. Which it should be like that, but it's not.
They look lifted a little bit.
She should be a thirst trap.
This guy's like, hello.
Oh yeah, look at the eyeline. Intimacy coordinator here.
But notice she's the only one wearing blue, a vibrant blue, and everybody
Yep.
else is wearing muted colors. Again, that's not done that's done intentionally only
Yeah.
because they've probably done a couple of rehearsal walkthroughs and realized that the camera doesn't respond to her when she's wearing similar clothes to everyone else, which means that she's not doing something proper on during the tapings for them. So they're like, okay, we need to make sure that she's the only one wearing blue. Everybody else around her, give her at least 3 feet of space so that we can all center on her. I've
Yeah.
seen this on many pilots and many shows where the lead actress is drop dead gorgeous, very personable, but cannot act to save their lives. I would not say that with her, that she cannot act to save her lives. I would just say that whatever she's got going on here, she doesn't know how to do it, and probably because she has maybe a sense of intelligence and is reading the lines and going, I don't know what this is, so I got to figure it out, and no one can give me an answer, so I'm just going to wing it and do the best I can, and hopefully it works, and there's no one on the other side of the camera who's
I
gonna
feel
help
like
her.
that's a lot going. There's a lot of that going on, script doctor, because the writing is so bad. It's like, what can you possibly do with these lines? Like, I mean, there's dude. And then she meets this old man who's like, we got no food. Here's some potatoes. That's all that's left. And then
I go against potatoes.
So no one brought food?
nobody
Yeah.
brought food, apparently. From all these
They
people,
brought
they're all like,
all their possessions and none of them food.
I came to this stream with some microwave popcorn. I came prepared. You know?
they ain't got
And how long
nothing.
have they been there? Maybe a few days?
Well, Jane, that's a really good question. Because depending on what's going on the rest of the show, they might have been there for a couple of days. They might have been there for several fucking months.
Yeah, you don't.
Given
really
the
know
amount of
that
travel time between where is it, where Elrond was and where he was going to see his friend Durin, isn't that like a couple of days travel or weeks travel? minimum?
weeks.
Who knows?
I would think weeks. They're walking, leisurely walking. Like it was like do. I was like, what? I'm like, what? Huh? How do you do this? Then the kid's like, oh no, like I'm gonna go get some food. I know where the food is. Meanwhile, his little Nazi friend is in the background too.
Why are the children going and not the men?
Why are they going after food that's probably rotten and bad and not even able to keep them alive at this point if they've been there for weeks? Or
Well, you
even
see,
days?
Script Doctor, they might have been there for a couple of days. They might have been there for several months. We're not quite sure.
We don't
Exactly.
know. Nobody knows. And then the Nazi kid and the Theo, whatever his name is, they go to the village, and as they're going, they see like a bunch of dead, rotting animals everywhere, and they're like, Nazi kid freaks out, and he's like, oh my god, like why did I decide to come with you? Oh no. And he's like, no, we got to keep going. We got to find this food for everybody. I'm just paraphrasing here at this point. That's literally what's basically happening though. And then they go to this place, this little abandoned village where, the kid finds some food. That other Nazi kid's a little bit smarter, so he gets a wheelbarrow, starts like piling on food into the wheelbarrow. Then they hear something, and it's an orc inside the house. The Nazi kid takes off with the wheelbarrow, and the other kid gets stuck in the house fighting this freaking orc, where the orc realizes that he's actually wielding the sword of what was it, Malcor at this?
Sauron.
Okay,
Sauron.
see, okay, Ez, can you explain this to me, because I'm confused. It's the sword of Sauron, but
Mhm.
they keep saying that so at first they said he's like the representation of Melkor, but then they said that it's not Melkor, it's Sauron, and then they said that it's Sauron's sword, but then it was kind of, I'm confused. Like, so is Sauron the same thing as Melkor, or was he his like advisor? Like, I'm confused.
They were different, but let me explain it to you in very simple terms. The show's dog shit.
So
It hasn't
okay,
explained anything that it should explain, and it explains things which nobody gives a shit about.
like this.
Which is
But
this one really.
This is a big thing, and they're making nothing out of it.
So I don't understand this. So blood allows the sword to rematerialize, but then it dematerializes later on. Like, shouldn't it keep growing as more blood is spilt on it?
Yeah.
Because right
How
now it's
does
being
it-
treated like it's a blood-activated lightsaber.
It is a lightsaber. It's a blood lightsaber that you're sticking into him to make it work. I mean, I'm going by the rules that they've established in this show.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But
I
when
thought
he
it was
went and
just
slashed it and slashed the orc with it, which should have taken his hand off, his arm off, whatever, when it hit.
It
should have, yes.
Melkor
It immediately went.
Melkor and Morgoth are the same thing. It's just one is the elvish version of the word or the name. Sauron worshipped him, followed him, whatever you want to call it, and took over
He's a student,
after
right?
his fall.
Or a second in command type of thing?
I don't think they can use the word Morgoth in this.
I've heard of them. I heard them say Morgoth.
Have they said it? Have they said
Yeah.
Maybe it's Melkor they can't say.
Maybe one of them. There's something because people think they have access to more than they have access to, and Warner is like chomping at the bit for them to say something for them to go after them.
I know,
That's
like,
Amazon paid him off quite a bit recently.
they're basically fallen angels.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sauron was Melkor Morgoth's second in command. Okay. All right.
But Morgoth was comparative to Sauron, fucking ginormous.
Okay. But why was Sauron stronger than Morgoth then? Like what? Like why did he?
He wasn't.
He wasn't.
So, but he's
There was
the
a
one
war that was fought that happened before, I guess, this show.
But he's
Yeah.
the one that keeps coming back. Why isn't Morgoth coming back? Because he's gone now. You know what I'm saying? If Morgoth was stronger, wouldn't he be the one that keeps reincarnating? Why is the second in command the one that's strong? I'm confused.
Because there's a lot missing.
Okay.
In the story.
That's fair.
There's just a lot they haven't covered, or they did it in very quick shots in the beginning.
They could have told us the story of the war against Morgoth, but no.
No, they couldn't.
I
because
guess
of the
right.
rights. Oh,
Yeah, because
no.
of the rights.
That's the problem. They couldn't tell that story.
Real quick, let me get some of these super chats. Thank you guys so very much. Please make sure you're smashing the like and sharing the stream if you're enjoying the show. 200 Watt Studios for $2 says Lex had better looking sets and lighting.
It did.
Lex was great.
Lex,
I love Lex.
Canadian-German co-production of sci-fi with lots of sexy connotations and bugs.
Well, lots of sci-fi, lots of great races. Sure, eye candy, boobs. You know, well, a little bit more than boobs.
I've never seen or heard about this show before.
Oh,
Lex came out in about 1995, maybe
97,
cool.
something.
or 97.
Yeah, late 90s.
I'd never heard of it.
Had 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
It had one a musical episode though. It's actually pretty good.
That's Stanley there on the far right.
That's Stanley security level 4, which is the lowest level, which is funny.
Yes.
That's Theyve. The head is
Theyve.
Theyve. The robotic head is Theyve, no, that's X90 or T90, something 90.
Thev's the woman.
Zev is the woman. Yes, that's
She's
Zev
hot.
with an X, and then there's the Zev
That's the
before her was
second
with a
Zev.
Z,
There was an OG Zev.
with
Oh,
white
like this
hair.
chick?
Yeah,
that's
she
the
was
same
OG.
her.
No.
The OG
It's
Zev
the
has
one with
got
white hair. She's got white hair.
A
Oh,
white,
she's got white hair. Okay.
Oh yeah, she's
Oh no.
There, her.
This
Yeah.
one.
That's first Zev. Yeah.
Oh,
And then
okay.
you got
Well,
Kai with the weird hair.
I'm gonna have to watch this show. It kind
Kai
of
of
reminds
the
me of.
Brunham G.
Brunham G. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check this out. I love old
And
sci-fi.
by the way, it has a really, really clever ending as well.
Yes, it does.
It has an ending. Like it
does. Yeah.
It has a
an
proper ending, a definitive ending, and it's clever.
Wow. Okay. I'm watching this. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, 200 Watt Studios, for bringing it up because I've never even heard of it. So that's amazing. I love to hear about.
It's got Tim Curry in one of the episodes.
Oh,
I was just gonna say it reminds me of Farscape. Persecuted Farscape.
It's kind of like it's like adult Farscape where Crichton is a massive pervert.
Ooh.
Yeah,
he
but
already
there's no
was.
swearing in it. That's the other part that's funny. There's no swearing in it.
God, I love how perverted that entire show was. Farscape, I mean. 200 Watt.
Farscape's great.
Huh?
Right, Farscape.
I love Farscape. Joker Voice for 5 says mega rally at the start. Don Lemonor chased by Orc KKKs. They're not being subtle, are they? Great panel, horrible show. HOD is better. Hashtag keep talking.
Hood and all.
Wow. Well, Jane's going to be talking about House of Dragon very soon with Gary. So
Can't wait.
That'll be really fun. 200 Watt Studios for 5 says, I'd rather see the Brady Bunch go to Middle Earth than this. Well, you kind of are. That's the Harfoots. Kryptonian Jedi for 2 says, those costumes look like leftovers from HBO's Rome.
Mm.
Yes.
Pretty interesting. That's pretty
It really
interesting.
does.
Well,
Only
they look
cheaper. Kind of.
lame as fuck, if that's what that means. That
The Orcs are going to turn up in Centurion costumes.
Neon Arrakis. Thank you so much. Neon. Thank you. Neon for 5 says Galadriel's actress is Welsh. Oh no.
Yeah.
Mahler.
Mahler Clark.
Has Mahler apologized to the world for her existence and grievance upon mankind? LOL. Wow. I don't know.
We can't associate one bad apple with the whole batch, right? So
that's true.
That's what the SJWs do.
That's true, but
we're waiting for your apology.
I demand an apology from Mahler on the real BBC for this.
Oh, shit.
I'm just joking.
Thanks. You just remind me
I
of
think their entire nation owes us an apology.
package to open from Amazon.
Oh, you did? What is it? Let's turn this show into Hot Toys for a minute. Is it Hot Toys? Oh damn! It's a new wig. Are you gonna put it on right now?
And
the suspense is killing me. Wait, what is that?
Glasses.
Glasses.
Ooh.
Who wears glasses and has pink hair?
If it was red hair, I'd say Kelly Sue DeConnick.
Zipper.
Yeah, I said it.
Zipper's back Wednesday.
Zipper's back on Wednesday. I'm gonna come hang out with you with Zipper and Chrissy, I should say. Zipper and Chrissy
Zipper and
Mayer.
Frosk.
Oh yeah, Zipper and Frosk. D-Clan Lions for 5 says, when you say the Orcs, it sounds like the Yorks. Tolkien had Northerners confirmed.
Yep.
Or hated Northerners confirmed. Wow.
I'm sorry, he would have hated me then.
Taker 610 for 5 says, why did the elf Numenorian supremacist leave his wife? Because she was an elf lover. Ooh. Okay.
That's a joke
who-
from Dave Chappelle's The
wow.
Black White Supremacist.
Is that what that
sketch.
was? Oh no. 200 Watt Studios for 2 says, I see myself in Persian women too. Oh, God.
Wait.
Wow.
Wow. Wah, wah. Oh, I gotta move the thing.
That's what she said. The Uber Geek for 5 says Bromwyn is a glorified wine mom who can teleport to the woods to find her black elf and useless child, who's probably the actual son of the black elf. I'm with you,
like
Script. I'm with you, Script. I think that's the daddy.
I don't
Feels
think
that
so.
way.
I think he'd be a lot whiter if that were the case.
That's
Well,
why.
he's we haven't seen his ears yet, but he is a half elf.
Yeah, I think her husband was elf.
Jane, that's the baby daddy. That's why he saved him, because he's like, oh, he
wouldn't be that dark. But then again, people, they are dumb.
They're very dumb. Thank you, Ubagi.
It's exactly the color he needs to be.
Neon. Thank you so much for the 2. It says we need Gary to clear this lore up. I know. Well, Jane is here though. She knows lore. So we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Wait, what? You're not sorry, 200 Watt Studios.
The important thing to know is that this entire show is made up. There's nothing in it that's accurate to anything.
Yeah, there is nothing.
It would still be bad if it didn't have Lord of the Rings associated to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bad fantasy.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's
it's
exactly
a soap opera. It's just some soap opera with smelly, stinking people.
So then, speaking of smelly, stinking people, the kid fights off the orc and then ends up like just freaking going into this well to hide. And somehow, yeah, just somehow like
so stupid.
Holds on.
Go somewhere dark to hide from the orcs that don't like light.
Oh my God, like the darkest place. And then somehow doesn't make any like sounds at all while he's just, hanging out there. He makes a brief sound, but it doesn't sound like anything because like the kid like literally splashed to go inside the water. But then he makes like this is the part that I didn't get.
Hold on. How many times have we seen this same thing happen?
Which part?
Like somebody stuck in a, hiding in a well, somebody hiding in some water. We've seen this over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And he does it dumb. There's a bucket there. He could have flipped upside down to create
the bucket upside, yes, and put it on his head.
Breathes without any issue.
Oh my God!
At least for a good 5 minutes, long enough for them to watch and look and be like, okay, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm gonna go away.
Well, and he was in the water for like literally 2 seconds, and then he like submerges like aerial style with that like flip, like when he does that flips, like like the biggest gasp of air you could possibly take. Like
there's the bucket right there on the left.
I know, and as if he's been there for hours under the water. He was there for literally like 10 seconds, and he like gasped for air so loud. Nobody heard him though, because he was like, and I was like, dude, everybody can hear you in that echoey well, but okay, whatever. Nobody cared. Nobody heard him.
The confined space and the echoes, that would amplify the sound. So as soon as they made a gasp, a lot of people in the earshot would hear it.
You would hear it immediately, but
especially the orcs who would have extra sensitivity.
Yeah,
extra sensitive ears.
They have elf ears, so they're pointy and they can pick up a little more. But we learned these types of physics in the Simpsons episode where Bart Simpson fakes being trapped in a well, and then he actually gets trapped in a well.
Oh yeah, that was a good episode.
Great episode. Sting was awesome in that.
And yeah, so he just hangs out there in the well. No one knows what happened to the sword at this point because I don't know. I thought he had the sword.
Up his ass.
Yeah, I guess Yep. Then we catch up with gay dudes, which by that I mean a bunch of
Celebrimbor and Elrond.
That's right.
Old married couple.
With the
Where
same
Celebrimbor
hairline.
just looks him up and down like a piece of fucking.
Oh my
iron
god,
rib.
he totally did. Then he goes, "You remind me of your father."
Remind me
And
of
I
your
was like, what
father.
the fuck?
I used to
What did
fancy
you do
him
with
as
my
well.
dad?
Yeah.
So creepy.
Dude, he was undressing him with his eyes. I felt more passion between these two than that elf and that guy.
Yes.
There's-
Especially when he's like, "Your father said that you would be my future." What?
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, what is he saying right now? Look at
This
the
is
amount of love in
completely
his
coded.
eyes.
This is completely gay coded.
Look at this. He's just like, I love you. Why don't you marry me?
Wow, look how gorgeous your succulent muscles and those tight buttocks are. I mean,
He's literally undressing him with his eyes as we
And
speak.
he's wearing velvet.
Yes,
It
he
makes
is.
it even creepier. He's covered in velvet.
And then they have like high tea. And it's
No,
like,
they have
what
low T. They got a
troubles you?
lot of estrogen in this scene.
Yeah, I mean, he might as well be going like this. He's like, they're just this show. I can't anymore, you guys. What?
take a seat. Let's take some libation.
Then they're just talking about what he's remembering this, right? Because this was a scene that he was remembering because he's still at the with Disa at that place.
I don't know. Did he come back to say it and then he went back again?
He went back.
Yeah, I think he went back.
This is him back. He's left Khazad-dûm and come back.
Oh, he did? I thought this was a memory. Oh
No,
my
because
God.
they're building the towers outside.
Yeah, they're like 5 or 6
True.
stories completed already, and they got the scaffolding up. So clearly, it's been months since the previous episode.
Oh my God, you're
And
right.
yet, in the tower, it's only been a couple of fucking days. And with Galadriel, it's probably been fucking months as well because she's had to go from Middle Earth through to Valinor, then
swam
dump
the
in a
whole
river,
ocean.
then get picked up on a raft, and then might suddenly find their way into a Númenorian ship and go to fucking Númenor.
Oh my God, you guys are right. I didn't even realize that because this is the scene before.
This is the dwarves and the elves working together to make the towers to create the forge.
That's right. That's right. This is why no time makes any sense in this freaking show. I'm so
None.
confused half the
None.
time.
None.
You're right. That's why he's standing by the window watching it. Why did I think this was a memory? I don't know. Anyways.
If anything, it was a premonition, but like it still doesn't make sense chronologically.
Then
Nothing makes sense chronologically. They've cast Celebrimbor as an old man.
with no hair.
What is the logic
hairstyle.
there?
Yeah, but they've condensed 3. Right. I was watching the extended cut the other day. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's in the Two Towers and Elrond's talking about how Isildur couldn't throw the ring into the volcano at Mount Doom, he said that was 3,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We haven't even got to that fight in this show.
Mm-hmm.
And they're condensing all of the Second Age into like fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah.
None of this makes any sense.
So
man.
when this let's say at the end of season 5, it ends with the battle where Elendil gets killed and then Isildur cuts off Sauron's hand and takes the ring and whatever. Let's say that is the end of the series, the 5 series. There's 3,000 years until Fellowship, until the season.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were. That's from what I understand too. Is that that's what they're planning on doing is to end it with that dude cutting off Isildur cutting off Sauron's Sauron's finger or whatever. Halbrand.
If you noticed, Elrond at that battle looked like Elrond.
Yeah, he looked like
not like this femmy piece of fucking shit.
He had long hair.
They're trying to pretend they're like teenagers or something, and these people already are thousands of years old.
Yeah.
This
Like
makes no
Galadriel's
sense.
what? 3? She's like thousands of years old.
Thousands of years old. I don't even remember, but she's
think she's
probably
3,000
the oldest one we've seen so far. That's what's so
And acts
ridiculous
the
about
most
all
immature.
of
Yeah, and acts the most immature. You're right. I mean, other than the
Because
Harfoot.
Gil-galad also dies at the battle against Sauron as well, doesn't he?
I
So
think
that's
so.
where. So Gil-galad falls there. Elendil falls there.
Yeah, Elendil falls there.
Gil-galad doesn't look like he knows how to pick up a fucking sword. I mean,
Yeah,
he looks
does.
like he
looks like a
can pick up some
weakling.
knitting. He looks like he can pick up some knitting and go for it.
Yes, I'm knitting.
But none of the men, not a single one of the elven males, apart from guess who's coming to second breakfast, has displayed any sort of masculinity at all.
No.
Teresa says Gladriel's more than 3,000 years old.
Thousands upon thousands.
At the time of this, yes.
Really? Wow.
I was going to say she's at least 3,000.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought she was at least 3,000 years old in this part, not in the Lord of the Rings. And the Lord of the Rings is more.
But they are condensing thousands of years into mere moments.
This show is such a mess. And then it's a recipe for strong gravy is the next scene because they're talking about lying to. Oh my god, what were they talking about? This chick starts talking about how
Where's Durin?
Yeah, where's Durin? Because Durin takes off and doesn't take his axe and doesn't take
Nina, but hold on. Go to the previous scene.
Okay.
And just watch the transition from the previous scene to that scene.
Yeah, some rocks.
And then watch the transition to the next scene and the next scene. There is 4 scenes with the worst editing of transitions. It's literally scene.
Yep.
All with Femrond in it.
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't make fucking any sense. He just puts Femrond exactly where he needs to be.
It's true because
it's insane.
The transition scene is you go from like talking with Fem Brimborn to
Celebrimbor, yeah.
Fema Brimborn, or sorry,
Liberace. Just call him what he is. A fucking Liberace.
Liberace.
Or Celebrimbor if you want him to be celibate.
It goes
like
from that to like the most
in
awkward
Celebrimbor.
In Celebrimbor.
Stella.
You get the most like awkward cut of like rock, like it's just like a pan cut of this weird rock thing, and then they trying
posed
to say,
on that for some
this is
magazine ad or something.
What?
Yeah.
Looks like a postcard.
Yeah, that's the cut, and then they go immediately from there.
That's to show the door to Khazad-dûm. You
Yeah.
can barely see the fucking door to Khazad-dûm.
you can't see the door. And then it's this scene where she's
sat with Disa, yeah.
She's doing her chores and talking
Yelling
to
at her
him,
kids.
yelling at her kids, and
that we don't see.
Yeah,
They're
we
not
don't see the
They're
kids.
ADR'd in. They're just ADR'd in.
Secret children.
What's up with that? Why don't we see the kids? I'm confused about.
Didn't want to do kid makeup. Didn't want to
hire little dwarfs.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's not as if they had a budget. They're working on a real tight budget.
It's not like
They were worried that if they pulled hired people like Warwick Davis was when he was working on Return of the Jedi, they'd get the woke mob after them or something.
Oh, well, the kids are fighting.
Harkin, they're not. They will not do that. I'm sure.
Which one? Harkin? What?
Yeah, at 7:10 p.m. CST.
Oh, yeah. She go. Wait, I can't see it. She goes. She's like, stop hitting your brother, and it's like we don't see anything.
Yeah, we don't see anything.
Nothing going on. I'm like, can I see these dwarf kids?
And then
Like,
she uses the most contemporary language. Knock it off.
yeah.
That does
They
not
use
feel
a
like
lot of
Lord of the
contemporary
Rings.
language in this show too. I noticed that. I'm just like, what?
They do.
They keep saying okay and stuff
Yep.
like that.
Yep. I thought they were gonna say fuck at one point. I was like, really? This is what we're talking about now? And they're talking about where did Disa, there's no secret worth concealing without deception. And he's just talking about where's your husband?
Worth concealing
that's
with deception.
Yeah, that's a terrible line. First, you cut out the word and you cut out the word Disa, and you just go straight to the meat of it. There's no reward in deception or whatever it is. They're adding just inconsequential words to try and sound a bit more profound.
when they're not.
But Jesus Christ, sorry. Femrond arrives back at Khazad-dûm,
Mhm.
and they let him in because they're now working together, the elves and the dwarves. And he goes and he knocks on Disa's door, and she answers, and he says, "Is Durin there, please?" And she says, "No. Come in and ask me again in a couple of minutes when the camera crew get here." That's what he was there for, is to see Durin. So it's like, "Hi, is Durin there?" And she could have said, "No, he's mining at one of the areas. I'm not sure where. But I can say that you can call, because apparently you can just walk there and back in a day."
Yeah.
Less than.
I would say this. If they're playing her as like the Southern Belle type person, because they had the gospel singing on here in this episode as well.
They did.
If you go to one of those homes, you're going to come in and have dinner. Like, no matter why you're there, you're going to come in and we're going to have a meal. So that could be something.
Stay for dinner. He'll show up eventually.
Assuming they thought of that, yeah.
He don't want dinner. He wants cock.
Oh my god. Yeah, they had a thing. I just had to show this scene because this is why we call him like.
Would you like a hot stew? No, I've got a hot Celebrimbor back at the.
He's just waiting for me to undress me with his eyes. My goodness. The Uber Geek says Indiana Jones and the Lost Dwarven Children. Wow, that's true. Julio Scissors. Thank you so much for the $10. Says this is why we can't have nice things. I love your name and your avatar.
What the hell is going on with fucking Femdon's hair?
I know,
what is going on with it?
They have great barbers.
John Peters-ish.
Oh my god, what happened to the elf barbers there? Like, I don't understand.
They existed. Like, they didn't have barbers because they should all have long flowing hair.
Yeah.
Well, this was the
What?
Different age.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is
one of the reasons that they reckon they've all got short hair is because guess who's going for second breakfast? If you want to lengthen his hair, you can either straighten it, or you can try something else with it.
They could just let him have an afro. It would have been cool.
Well, why not?
Why not?
Why
not? I would have, I would have liked to seen that instead of what the hell's going on over here. He could have pulled arrows out of it.
That could have been pretty cool.
The afro that's never trimmed. It'd be as large as O.J. Simpson's in Naked Gun 3 Flashback, where he couldn't get through a door.
He's got,
but he could hide well in the forest as like a black bush.
He's got like picks that he can like throw from it. Like, he's
he
just
can hide arrows in there and pull them up out of nowhere.
Arrows. Oh my god, there's so much wasted potential with this. And
dreadlocks.
Yeah, the dreads.
That's the picture I saw.
Julio, thank you for becoming a member as well. You rock, and I love your avatar. It's amazing. Des for $10 says, do the elves ever speak their own language in this show?
Yes, but apparently somebody's saying that they're speaking the wrong version of Elvish.
What? What do you mean?
I saw an article. I'll have to try and find it, but somebody, some Tolkien scholar, said that they've been speaking the wrong Elvish language for that time, but who knows what time we're in, because they're condensing thousands of years together.
Yeah, what time are we in?
That's the thing too, though. You have fans, you have super fans, and you have those people who can speak the languages. Like, you're not.
Yeah, that's another level.
Know who all they've ticked off with this show.
But wasn't it like really cool when fucking hell, my brain's going dead.
Oh, that's okay.
It's late. It's
okay. Can you say a hot dog for me?
Sorry, when Aragon and Hold on.
When he would speak it?
What dog?
Thank you, Varlin.
When he would speak it to Goldilocks, Legolas, when he would speak it to Legolas, and it was done in the way that they did it made a lot of sense. Like when they were alone, sometimes they would start off maybe in let's just say native language, because we don't technically know what language they're not speaking English, you know what I mean? And then they would go into Elven.
Yeah.
And or if they were trying to be discreet, they would immediately start by speaking in Elven because other people wouldn't understand what they were saying, particularly when Legolas was concerned at Helm's Deep that they were just going to get fucking annihilated and
Great
and
scene.
whatnot. Yeah,
Great
but it's great. And then when he's speaking to
Arwen?
Not Arwen. There's
Brian
Erwin
killed him.
and there's Arwen. When he's speaking to Arwen, and of course they just communicate in Elvish, pretty much for the most part.
Which melts my heart. Like every time I heard them talk, I was like, "Oh my
It's such a
God."
beautiful language.
Yeah, and they're
But
so in love, and oh my God, and he's so when Aragorn speaks Elvish, it's like oh my God, just moist. Oh my God. Okay, the Uber Geek for 2 says Elrond is lofty in disguise. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Rohan Knight for 2 says search for water Mercado. What? Mercado?
Walter Mercado. Sorry, my point was Femrond and Celebrimbor should have been speaking Elvish to each other.
Yes, they should have. A lot of people should be speaking Elvish in this. Like that whole scene where in the first episode where the elves are like talking about how they're going to take the journey to wherever, and the king's like, making Galadriel go. That should have all been in Elvish.
Entirely.
The entire thing should have been
all Elvish
in
on Elvish speak. All elf on elf conversation should be in Elvish.
Yeah, but for some reason they did a little bit of it, I remember, and then they were like, "No, we're just going to switch to English now." And I was like, "What?"
Well, what they do instead of doing that is the R twirl thing.
The what thing?
Where they twirl their R's.
Oh yeah. That's what they do. They're like, yeah. Galadriel, daughter of whatever the hell the person's name is. Hold on.
Why would she even address Galadriel like that anyway? She wouldn't.
Yes,
and you notice how they put Galadriel above her as well. They put her above Muriel.
Yeah,
because she's above everyone.
She's the most important person in the world.
But she would though, because she's a total bitch. This is Walter. Oh, no.
Oh my God! That's not Walter Mercado. That's Celebrimbor.
It's Celebrimbor. What is happening?
Oh my God! This is Celebrimbor.
Oh, the Uber Geek. This is calling to you.
It's him
with a Zsa Zsa Gabor facelift.
This is and the soft lighting. This is Celebrimbor.
Did they take I'm no joke. Do you guys think that they actually took this person's they were giving homage to this person because they look exactly alike? What is happening right now?
I don't even know who this person is.
I don't either. Puerto Rican astrologer.
All I know is the dead.
Astrologer.
Oh my God. The Uber Geek.
Where's B. Arthur to say, a bullshit artist?
They had a good long life, by the way. They're like 87 or something, 86 when they snuffed it.
God bless this person. My goodness.
Is that a dude? I think so.
I cannot tell. I'm not gonna lie. I can't tell if it's a dude or if it's a woman.
Well, it's Volta, so male.
Yes, male.
Walter.
Wow. I am fascinated now. You've totally distracted me from this stream because
Well, that's because the show's shit.
this person.
Yeah, it was called the Great. This episode was called the Great Wave, and you can finish it with the Great Wave of shit.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Washing over everyone.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Sorry. That's enough of this.
It looks like Muriel's going to leave.
Muriel is going to the island to save.
Did she live? Did she survive?
She gets blinded in the they fight the orcs.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. She fights Adar and the orcs with Galadriel, and they defeat them, and they take Adar captive. And then she and Galadriel just go, "Oh my god, you're amazing!" And she goes, "No, you were totally amazing."
And then
before they can scissor, the volcano erupts and fucks everything, fucks all the armies up, fucks them up, and Muriel is blinded by this event, and she disguises how she's blinded by wearing a blindfold.
The blindfold. Oh, damn.
Now, when they say blindfold, maybe they mean veil. But she tries to cover her eyes up to make people not believe that she's blind, but she's blind. So she's alive by the end of the season, but blind.
Okay, so I can hold out hope that they'll scissor. All right.
Oh.
Kryptonian Jedi for 5 says, "Hey Nina, Jane, and Az, do you think the writers and producers will listen to all of this fan criticism and make serious corrections for season 2? Short answer from me, no.
I think there's going to be a lot of correction made.
Really?
Mm-hmm. If you noticed, one of the people connected with the show came out recently, and they said, "Oh, Galadriel's arc is going to be one of getting rid of her hubris and becoming more."
Oh, look, so what Lofty said.
Blah 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 blah.
Right. This is an arc. She's going to end up learning things.
Yeah.
The arc of being humbled.
Yeah. The arc of being a twat. Mega twat.
Only took her 3,001 years to overcome that.
It's like what is that? What is that?
Is it going to be the result of sleeping with the enemy?
Oh wow. Yes, Jane. Yes to that, because that's definitely happening.
That sends a bad message. If you feel that you're a pain in the ass, or everybody's calling you a pain in the ass, go sleep with someone worse than you so you can feel better about yourself and humble. Is that the message they're trying to convey?
Well, the only person that she listens to is Halbrand, and Halbrand's Sauron. So they're saying basically that she's easily manipulated by Sauron.
Yeah. Versus being one of the ones who actually did not trust him from the very beginning.
He mansplained stuff to her later, which was hilarious. I loved it. And then, so after that scene, by the way, we go. Thank you again, Kryptonian.
I have a question.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
What happened to her husband?
Spoilers. In episode 7, he's mentioned once. And
wait, whose husband are you talking about? Galadriel's or Muriel's?
Galadriel's.
Galadriel.
And Celeborn is she says that he's dead.
No.
He did.
But we know that he's not dead, so he'll just be there another season after they've, because they don't need Celeborn to be able to get this fucking witch in order quite yet.
Oh my god.
Two-Zone.
She's lost I've lost a husband and a brother, she says in episode 7.
SNOOZE, I think I said that right. For 5 says, as Elrond clearly has all the wait, what?
Arthurites?
Yeah.
Little
Isn't there from Final Fantasy 14?
Oh, so he can teleport.
It's how you teleport. It's how you teleport. Aetherites. It's called pronounced Aetherites. Yeah.
Aetherites. So he can teleport where he needs to go for the next script checkpoint.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm glad we cleared that up.
And you know what's so funny that you say that is because that you bring up video games. That scene where the kid is hiding from the orcs and he's like making his way to the I think it was like right before he gets into it was before he gets into the well. He's like making his way. Oh no. It was
He gets
afterwards.
out of the
after his
well,
way.
then he starts.
Yeah. That
doing
was
a
like a
Last of Us
whole
Last
video
of
game
Us.
thing.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? And then he looks behind him. Like that scene was so hilarious because he like makes it to the wall, and then he's just standing there for like 15 minutes while the orcs are like right there. And I'm like, they're right there. Like there's no way that they wouldn't see you. And then the other orc tackles him from the other side of the wall. I was like, this is so stupid. It's just like a video game though, but that's funny. It's like as if they designed it for like a video game that they're gonna bring it out, but I don't know. None of this makes any sense. But then we go back to the scene where after that scene with Disa and Femrond, they go to this scene here where Disa is talking to her husband and talking about what's actually going on, and that the elf is starting to question things. And I tried to lie, and I tried to protect what's going on, and blah blah blah.
Wait a second, he's still there.
Yeah.
Yes.
When this conversation's taking place.
He's quite a distance away, but he's kind of kneeling and trying to read lips like Batman, it's hard to read lips for a man with a beard that big.
How big do you think Khazad-dûm is?
Really big.
I think it's really big as well.
Yeah.
And he just happened to pick the bridge that they decided to have a conversation on to watch over.
It was really weird. By the way,
why is it essentially out in the open though? They're having a conversation in what effectively is out in the open.
Yes.
And he's still somewhere there. I would think that he could hear them. Like I would assume that he could hear me.
Was it thing is though, right? We can put pieces together. But the show isn't giving us the pieces to put together.
No.
So the show isn't saying that. Let's say when he says to Disa, you're a deceptive cover, it's a deception for lying, and she just says, "Get out of my house, get out of my fucking house," Yeah. And she kicks him out. So we know that he's been removed from the house and he's on his way out. So we can put that connective tissue together, but that's us trying to make sense of their terrible editing.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't even say that. She lets him stay for a lunch that we never saw.
Yeah.
When did he go? How long has passed? We've been to, because you've just done 4 scenes in a row with Femrond.
Mm-hmm.
So we have no idea of the time lapses between these 4 scenes that have just gone back to back to back to back with fucking Femrond.
Nothing makes sense. And this is how, this is the distance, kind of like how far away he is. So they're like this, and so he's reading lips from that far away. They're claiming because of his elf eyes.
If he's that far away, they would see him.
I would assume so, because he's just sitting there like this, and then the dwarfs walk up to him and they're like, "Are you lost?" And he's like, "No, I know exactly where I'm going now. Thanks." Because
he's got 2 fucking dwarfs. Look, and they got masks. Both of them got helmets on, so you don't have to do any makeup.
They know he's an elf, right? Like he can see for miles. He can hear for miles. Like this doesn't.
What do his?
Why are you having this conversation?
See?
Exactly. That's
what it was. This is exactly the scene that it was, because it went into his eyes and everything. It was like, oh.
Before you start having a conversation, you don't want him to overhear. You should make sure he's not in there at all.
Maybe they could go somewhere discreet, like, I don't know, their fucking house.
Into their room or something.
But they needed to have the conversation there so he could lip read, because the writing is terrible.
They don't know how to get him to the secret cave, which this is what bothers me. I'm fine with the secret entrance not being guarded on the outside, but there should be guards on the inside if this is as valuable and precious as we are left implied, which means that if you find a way in and you see a bunch of guards, they should be escorting you away.
But there's only 5 people who are in there. The 4 dwarves that we don't see that get caught in the cave-in.
Collapse, yeah.
And Durin.
He saves all of them.
Off screen, because
off
God
screen.
forbid we get to see something awesome and heroic, like a single dwarf saving 4 others in a cave-in.
That would have been really cool to watch. What the hell? Like,
oh, come on, look, stop being nasty. They've not got the budget for that kind of stuff.
There's so much stuff that happens off screen, and I'm like, how did this happen? Like that kid climbing out of the fucking cave.
If they had $158 million per episode, we probably could have seen it.
But oh my god.
But at $58 million, no, we can only hear about awesome rescues and cave-ins. We don't get to see that.
We don't see anything. I would also like to point out that every time this dwarf dude is on the screen, all I can see is Nick Rekieta. Like I feel like it's being acted by Nick Rekieta, and I'm fine with it. I think that's my only like fun. Like it's like a fun part for me to be like, hey, it's Nick again. Just every time I see him, that's great. Hail to the nose. So then this dude, okay, can someone explain this part to me too? Because he goes into the cave and then he does like this little knock thing. And I'm like, wait, what?
A nursery rhyme knock, it seems like.
Yeah, he was like, knock, and then kind of like did some sort of nursery rhyme thing. And then it worked. Jane, can you explain this?
Explain what?
I don't
of the scene.
Just yeah. What the fuck? Like, how did he figure this out? I don't get it.
I have no idea.
Yeah, he literally pulled it out of thin air.
It just happened. Like it's just like, okay, does he have any clues? Like he just knew about. I don't know. Okay,
he could have said something.
Moving on, I guess. Then he goes into the cave. He sees Durin. And then Durin's like, oh my God, you son of a bitch, you found me. And I'm just paraphrasing here. And then finally shows him the secret. He makes him swear an oath to the rocks to like never tell a soul what he sees here. It's all very fucking serious. And then he finally shows him Mithril. And they talk about the pronunciation of Mithril for a couple minutes. And then he's like, here is a piece of this Mithril that I just told you can't tell anyone about, but here you can have it. And I was just like, what? Like,
yeah,
if it's so secretive, then why are you giving it to him? Because he can go and show it to other people.
People would be like, hey, what's that type of stone you have that glows from within?
Yeah, like what if he, I don't know, shows up to Celebrimbor, and then he's like, where'd you get that? And he's like, I don't know, my
it is the size of a suppository, so he could hide it discreetly for a while, but
oh my god.
But if it's so difficult to mine and so dangerous to mine, why are you giving it away?
Why are you giving it away? And the way that guy took it from him, in all honesty, he did not seem like he was gonna keep it to himself. He was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll take it. Like he was like so happy. Like he was like, I'm gonna go tell this. Celebrimbor right away. With it. Just wait until he finds out what I found. It's gonna be amazing.
He doesn't seem to take the dwarves very seriously for them to be friends. Like he always looks at them in a very condescending manner.
Nothing's taken seriously though.
He always
none of this feels real. It all feels like a school play. The whole thing. I don't feel as if anyone is attached to anything. I don't believe that the Númenóreans are real people. I don't believe the elves are real. I don't believe that the dwarves are real. It all feels like, as I'm repeating what somebody put in the chat because I gotta give credit for them, but it does feel just like theater, performative theater.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like with Lord of again. Sorry, but rewatching the extended just last weekend, and it was just like, oh my god, I believed. You just get thrown into it, or you believe in the Shire. They make the Shire believable, and that's a fraction of this whole event, really. And then they go on their adventure, and then you got Aragorn that comes in, you got Legolas that comes in, then you got Gondor who that comes in. Then you have the elves, and they all feel like different, fleshed out races and people. And this it feels like a stage production.
Generic.
Just a stage production of amateur actors coming on and overacting with what they're saying and not believable. Aragorn is very softly spoken in the whole of the trilogy.
Yep.
But you're like, I'll fucking go into battle with you when he's just like, for fucking Frodo at the end, I'll fucking run with you. Because it's the character, and you believe the character because that is the nature of who he actually is. He isn't some overacting nobody. No, he's the king who isn't king, who doesn't want to be king. He's got his own life going on. He's forged relationships with the elves because he used to live there, grew up there for part of his life in Rivendell. So you have, all these aspects which just come together so organically that he can communicate with Gandalf and hobbits so easily, and then just slip into Elven, very, very succinctly as well.
All the while being so sexy.
Is who they are. I don't believe Muriel couldn't fucking organize a piss out in a brewery, for fuck's sake. She's so fucking out of context there and out of character there. Farazan just comes across again just as over exaggeration of Karl Marx. Galadriel, she just I would never raise my hand to a woman in her life, but she needs a fucking punch in the face.
No, dude, no. She needs a dick.
She needs well, no, because she'd just fucking complain. That's what she would do. All she would fucking do. No, it's a little bit to the left. No, just move it. I'll just fuck off. You're ruining it all.
Oh my God.
I'm going downstairs. I'm gonna watch some fucking football.
Oh God.
She needs a woman to just come and go. Give her a good fucking twat on the face. None of these characters are believable. None of them are investable in. And that's the worst thing. I can't invest in any of these fucking characters. None.
No.
And the dwarves might be the best of the bad bunch, but they are fucking distinctly average at best.
They're very average. Very average. For a show like this, it's very, very average.
Halbrand's, he just comes across as, they all come across as parodies of people.
Yeah.
And parodies of races.
I honestly think have they literally based this character on a Karen? They were like,
There's
can we
nothing
make
based
this
about this fucking show.
No, like based this character on a Karen.
I think it's a self-insert. It's based on them.
Well, yeah,
these two men are
ideal
Karens.
feminist
Okay,
icon.
Oh my God, it's just so crazy. So, but before this, and then they had another character that they want us to care so badly about, and then she's getting asked out by that guy again, and she's all like, "No, I don't want to go out with you."
that fucking beta male.
Yeah. And like, who cares? Like, I was like, who cares about any of this? Why am I caring about this person? I don't care. And then there's
why do I care that Isildur fucked it up because he wants to travel the world? I don't give a fuck. You're the guy. You're the guy who's meant to fucking cut the ring off fucking Sauron. You're just some fucking nobody. You're nothing.
Nobody.
Elendil. I'm just gonna. Although he's a good actor, I mean, he comes across as a good actor. I'm just gonna stand here and take it. I'm just gonna take it. Like loads on the face of the bukkake. I'm just gonna take it and take it and take it. And I'm not gonna raise my voice, and I'm not going to talk back. I'm just gonna be a good little cock and shut the fuck up and smile.
Male feminist. He's a male feminist.
He is. That's what they turned him into.
Yeah, he's literally a freaking male feminist. Map Hanger for 5 says, "How good was this episode of Gladiator? Well, I can't even say it. Gladiator Battle Elf. That's so funny. Yeah, because that is the next scene. Because in the next scene, she's talking to Halbrand, aka Sauron. And he's like telling her, like, oh, you did this and you did that. That's why the queen didn't like it. Like, what did you say to her? Piss her off? And she was like, I requested an audience with the king. And that's why
she asked to speak to the manager.
Yeah, she has to speak to them.
Yeah, literally.
She literally did. She did it from the moment she arrived. She asked to speak to the manager, and then she got through to Muriel. And then when she didn't get the answer she wanted from Muriel, she said, I want to speak to your manager.
Your manager. Oh my God, you're right. She did. And then
fucking peak This is like Uber Karen.
This
is Mega Karen, just like combining together.
I'm just surprised. Why didn't you just go to Valinor? Because that's like the CEOs over there.
Because there's a tempest in me, Jane.
The tempest in me brought me to Numenor.
Because she couldn't go to Valinor because she's right, Jane. She's right about the threat of Sauron, and nobody's listening to her. She's right that the orcs are rising, and she must prove everyone that she is right.
I know what it feels like to be the only one who sees.
Evidence.
Yes.
Oh my god!
I'm the only one who's right, and everyone must find out.
Yeah, and then she tries to get the other lady to be a Karen with her, and she's like, "We can be Karens together. Join me on the Karen side." And that chick's like, "Okay."
Karens are doing it for themselves.
Karen.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And why would she believe her?
Dude, can someone explain this scene to me though? When she starts beating the shit out of everyone, she just walks the men into the jail. Like they got in there voluntarily. Like it was so weird because they just kind of like walked in.
Just walked in,
and she just shut the door. I was like, what?
Cell door locks. How?
I don't know why.
Where did she get the key?
And are these the men she wants?
Does it have a drop latch or something? What?
Are these the men that she wants to help her fight this battle too? Is like this is the
these are the men she
yeah,
recruited.
but Script Doctor, she trains them next episode.
No. Oh my god.
Like how
we're gonna see Galadriel training the Númenóreans to fight next episode.
My god.
No.
That's insulting.
And there's a possibility, I'm not exactly sure, but there's a possibility that on one of the swooshes that one of the guys does, she does a Matrix type of thing to avoid it.
God.
Not positive on that though, but she's training the Númenóreans to fight, and obviously she beats them all in combat.
But
Of course.
I did wonder why she was just standing there in the cell. She could have opened the door.
She could have done a lot of things, Jane. She's playing with
literally
the
the
men.
most powerful person on the planet at this point.
She's playing with the men.
Just
She
open the
could have
door.
just hulked it and just gone like this. And then this dude, he's all like,
Parazon, yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna do anything.
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx, yeah, Karl Marx. is like-
Karl Marx, their hero, Karl Marx.
He's just standing there watching it happen, and that guy's like, you know, you're just gonna stand here and watch
You're
it
not
happen.
that guy. You're not that guy, buddy.
Do you know what's happening here? This is the Gillette advert, and Farazan's the white dude that wants to go after the fucking woman in the tight top and the nice boobies, and fucking not Sauron is there going, nah, mate.
No.
No, mate. No, mate.
No.
No, mate.
Max Carl.
Max Carl.
Oh God. And then and then again
No,
we
wait.
see.
Okay, so she does take their jobs then.
Oh.
She takes one
Wow.
job as like a general. I
He
guess,
takes
yeah.
a job, yeah.
He takes a job as training everyone
Take
how to
your
fight.
job.
Oh my God.
Trainers.
And then we see the brother and sister again. I hope we don't see any incest between these two.
Oh God, no! Jeez, woman, what's going on with you?
Well, Jeff
But he's
Bezos
the
said
father
he
of
wanted
Aragorn,
Game
right?
of Thrones. So, and then they were like, we're going to add a sister for no reason. So I'm feeling like they're trying to do some sort of Game
No,
of
it
Thrones
wasn't for
thing.
no reason, Jane. It was to add female energy to the
Oh,
family.
okay. So not
No, part of me
incest.
thinks that she's gonna actually have a kid, and that the brother's gonna end up raising it, and she dies sacrificing herself or something.
She's going to
Maybe
die
she just-
sacrificing
maybe she
herself
just
for
makes
him.
a sandwich. Just makes. A sandwich.
That would be so great.
I have spent my days working hard in the guild, and this is what I've created. I call it a bacon, lettuce, and tomato. I have rye bread from the fields, which is doused lightly with a coating of what I call butter. On top, I have 3 rashers of freshly cooked bacon.
Oh my God.
You can get the rest.
Halbrand literally tried to make the guy that was speaking the Japanese try to steal.
By the way, there was absolutely zero reason for this scene.
There's no reason for this scene. I was so bored. I was like, why do I care about this at all?
I guess she's not on a date with that creepy guy. Like, that's the only thing I learned from the scene. Because before we get here, she has to clean the floors and outlets.
The creepy guy is Farazan's son.
Yes.
Guy Ladriel gave me AIDS. Thank you for $1. Oh my god. It was a hot dog. There's no reason for this conversation.
Are you
There's
excited
no
for the Nazi salute at the end, by the way?
What? There was a Nazi salute?
When they all volunteer, they're all doing that. They're volunteering with their arms up and Nazi
salute.
That's
right.
Not like that, yeah.
That's
not
right.
Straight up on a nice, strict 45-degree angle.
Hey, do you want to volunteer? I'll do it. No, not that.
I
don't like that.
Here's another thing they don't show.
Before you
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but in that last picture, that last image, where they were at the table, someone mentioned the painting behind them.
Yes.
Is that not men and elves fighting together?
Yes.
Is this a War of Wrath?
This is they're fighting some sort of sea monster. See, that's an elf.
Yeah.
That's a man.
I thought they hated elves. Why would this still be around?
Because it's thousands of years old.
Because we don't know what time it is in the show.
No, but I mean, this society, we're supposed to believe they've turned against elves. They don't want elves around. They don't want them in the country. They hate them. Right?
They hate them.
Why would you maintain images of them that are honorable?
Maybe it's a private establishment like the Rockefeller Plaza that has all those images of black slaves breaking the chains inside. Maybe that's what this is, a parallel.
But this isn't. This would be. This would technically be slavers putting you in chains.
Yeah, the inverse. Yeah.
for their mindset.
Yeah,
right. I mean.
No,
it wouldn't exist.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
It would have been covered over.
They would have painted it over. I mean, speaking from someone who's been, who's from a country who's had revolutions and stuff like that, yeah, they're gone. Like, things of the past usually get, knocked over, broken, painted over.
Desecrated,
desecrated is probably
desecrated,
more likely.
Desecrated, yeah. You don't want any reminders of the past.
Stolen and sold to a black market.
Sold. Yeah, yep.
But it's the island of Numenor, so that might. I don't know.
That's problematic. Okay, here's another thing we don't see. So there's the king's in the tower. He's like Rapunzel. He's trapped in there. He's in it.
Galadriel's climbed it.
The tower is massive. Okay, and then the next scene we see is she's apparently climbed this giant fucking tower.
You see her in the other image. You see her on the tower, climbing the tower.
You do?
Yes.
I didn't see that. What?
You see her on the tower. How does she know that was where the king was? Who knows? But she did.
Oh my God, you're right. I didn't see that the first time, and I saw this on my theater. My God,
I didn't see that either.
What the fuck, dude? There is a person there.
Yeah, there's Galadriel climbing up.
Oh my God! Like, I don't think you guys can see this, but it's literally it's here.
What she really needs to do as well.
I don't know if you can see this or not, but oh my God, this show is fucking ridiculous, you guys. It's not.
Only an extreme wide shot, not a medium shot or a close up, like when she was scaling the ice wall in the first episode. We just get a wide shot of a tiny little figure scaling this phallic tower.
But then we see her, like, she breaks the window, and that's what we see is that she's just entering the freaking place. And talking to the queen, and then she finds out the king's like Joe Biden on his deathbed. She's just like hanging out, she's the queen regent because she got elected as the queen instead of.
I mean,
the dad.
technically her rank is princess, but
Yeah, but now apparently she's queen
Can't have
regent.
that.
No, you can't. You can't have that.
I'm surprised they didn't call her king.
I know, Jane. That's a good point. That's a really good point.
there can only be one woman king.
Oh, damn. And then so she takes her to the so finally she kind of like convinces her Galadriel convinces her to do some shit. So she shows her this ball thing. What was that thing's called
Seeing
again?
stone,
The
I think, right?
Planthier or whatever.
Yeah, Plantier.
Planthier. And then she's like, I must warn you before you touch it. And then she didn't really give her a warning. I was like, well, what are you warning her about? But she's just like, I must warn
Well,
you.
Galadriel says, I have used or seen these before.
Yeah, she's like, I've touched these before.
Because, of course she fucking has.
Sure. Why not?
She's done everything.
She's
Even
better than
even
you.
though the other 6 are hidden or whatever, somehow she's fucking touched them before for some reason. Nobody knows how or why, but she did. And then they do a
Why
little
are they hidden?
Yeah, why are they hidden? Nobody knows. They do this little cool effecty effect where it's like, oh, this shit
That
is
must
gonna
have
do
cost a couple
something
$100 bucks.
now.
Yeah, I was going to say, last time I saw that was on The Dark Knight Rises.
And then she sees a fucking vision where the stupid petals of the stupid tree are everywhere, and then a flood hits her and she gets scared. Which is interesting because that's the first time I think I've seen her be somewhat vulnerable. Like she got scared from that like vision thing.
Well, if you got put into a vision and you turned around and there's a tidal wave just about to smack you in the face, I think you'd be a little bit shocked.
Well, this is the same woman who jumped into the ocean. So
Yeah, but as that's
True.
me. This is Galadriel, the woman who will not drown in water. The
I'm just
woman
about to
who...
enter Valinor and I'm going to jump into the ocean and die.
Yes. Oh my God. J.H. Schwabach, thank you so much for the $127.12. So generous. Love your streams as you sexy, sexy booch. Jane, I will have your child. Wow. Squid
Wow.
doctor, I think my prostate is swollen. Can you check it? Never mind. Gary, who's not here, has an app for that. Hail all and had to spell funny YouTube. Oh my God, you're amazing. That was an amazing super chat. Thank you so very much. And on that note, Jane has to leave us because she has to go hang out with Gary now, which I totally understand.
House of the Dragon and then Gary after.
That's right. You have to go watch the actual episode.
Don't do your homework.
And then do your homework, and then you're gonna go hang out with Gary and Molly. So and I don't know who else is gonna be there, but
Chad.
Jane, there you go. Jane, tell everyone where they can find you before you leave.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube. I post movies and television reviews and occasionally some pop culture commentary. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Jane Theory. Yay.
Thank you so much for being here, Jane. I'll definitely be stopping by your stream to wave at you.
I'll see you Wednesday as well. Thursday.
Yes, Thursday.
That's right. Thursday with as She-Hulk. She-Hulk. I still haven't seen the last episode. Ooh, was it bad? Was it?
Oh, you think nothing happened in this show? Just you wait till you watch fucking She-Hulk.
Oh my God, I haven't seen anything. Bye, Jane. Love you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Jane.
Bye.
Yeah, I haven't seen that because I've just been away, like hanging out with family and stuff like that. So I had to catch up on a lot of painful things, and She-Hulk has been one of them. I was like, okay, maybe I should just give up on She-Hulk and just watch your review with Jane. As I don't even know. I can't. I wanted to see Daredevil in it, but it's concerning. So, anyways, then she's like, oh my God, I just saw water that I didn't drown in before, but then the ocean came, and oh my God, you think that this is going to be the downfall of Numenor? And the queen's like, yeah, because I think that you are going to be the one that brings the downfall of Numenor, you cunty face, knife ears bitch. Get out. Just go. Like, I don't want
so many
you here.
slurs. So many slurs.
Why don't you just leave? Nobody wants you here.
Yeah, but hold on.
Mm.
What element is Galadriel's ring?
Mithril? I
No,
don't know.
element.
Oh, water?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't care about water, right?
No,
Like,
she don't give no shit. So why did she give a shit here now?
nobody knows. Nobody knows. She can. That's why, like, I'm like, dude, she can control water. Like, anyways. So this bitch is like, nobody's gonna help you. Get out. You're stupid. Nobody cares about you and your stupid elf ears. And then we go back to another scene. We catch up with Persian Girl. And the little racist kid comes back with food, and she's like, "Where's my son that was with you? Oh my god, I'm a bad mom. I let her. My son keeps disappearing, and I have no idea where he's gone."
I'm a terrible, terrible mother.
I'm just a terrible mother, and I have no idea what's happening. Where'd you get all this food? Like,
How'd you sneak out of a fucking tower?
Oh, the show.
We're gonna sneak out the
so
front gates.
stupid. God, this show.
It's daylight. Nobody's gonna see us. Oh, hi, Dave. All right, mate. You're right.
Oh my god! And then after that, he's like, "Oh yeah," he said he's right behind me, the little Nazi kid. And then we see that the kid is still in the well, just hanging out, waiting for the stupid fucking orcs to get out of there. And he's like, "Come on," gasping.
Meanwhile, back at the well.
And then we don't see another.
Don't drink any
climb.
of that water anymore.
No.
And then we don't see another climb happen, because the next scene we see is this kid just somehow gets some sort of I don't know what's inertia from the water, and somehow
he gets some sort of leverage to climb.
Yeah, some sort of leverage, and just like climbs the fucking well.
It's not that he'd be shivering or cold or his feet would be wet, that it would be very difficult to get a grip of it.
No, he's part elf, so he's got the magic of climbing.
The bangy bungies, yeah.
Yeah, he's part elf.
Parkour.
Part what's the other thing called? The Numenor people, because these people are the No, what's
no? He's not part Numenorian. He's part human, part elf.
Yeah, part human, part elf.
Oh,
and we learned from Galadriel that elves are also part cork, so they can't sink.
Yeah, this is the Southlands now.
Oh yeah, this is the Southlands. I forgot. I forgot that he's not one of those Elendil people. Okay, never mind. Then he does this weird video game thing where he's trying to not be seen by the orcs.
It is literally like a video game. You are
like literally like a maze of a video game.
Like a scripted bit in The Last of Us or something.
Literally, that's exactly.
They probably built it on that as well.
Neil
Cockman, this is for you.
This is the scene that I'm talking about, because he's like doing this like weird crossy thing, and the orcs are over here on this scene, like where he's looking are the orcs, and they're like right there, but they somehow cannot see him, and he's right there, like he's just right there, but they can't see him. But then there's an orc right here, so the orc gets him because he goes from the house. Okay. Then he tackles the kid, and he's like, "I'm going to kill your fucking ass now, you stupid kid." But guess what? Daddy Don Lemonass, because I think it's his daddy, comes and, rescues him just in time. He's like, "I'm here.
I forgot they gave him back his sword, too. Jeez, these orcs were stupid when they let him go.
They gave him his sword. They gave him his bow. They gave him everything. They
made him very easy for him just to turn around and kill all of them.
They cleaned him up because he was
It'd be like Django Unchained when he gets away from the slavers. They'd give him the gun and just shoots them both.
Yeah. look, they cleaned him up. Like I'm like, dude, there's no way that he would be this clean after all of that. But they
Maybe
fed
he
him.
stopped by a local spa.
Yeah,
No,
he's
You don't know. The show don't tell us fucking jack shit. So
we can infer that Adar said, okay, before we go, we're gonna give you a makeover. We're gonna clean you up. Here's your bow. Here's your quiver. Here's your arrows. Here's your sword. Here's some gold coins for trade. We want to make sure you can actually deliver this message as we need it.
Adar is like, I want you to go and tell everyone that the orcs are misunderstood and we treat elves really, really well. Like, it's,
Well, here's the other part too. Look at this shot, and right above his head, it looks like a crown.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well, that's
like
just
they're
the
trying to like
thatched roof.
convey something.
With his arrows, because he's a king elf, I guess. I don't know, whatever. King of the elves. I don't know. Then they go through this forest where apparently sunlight doesn't reach, and the orcs can run after them. And
They can shoot the trees, but not them. That's the rule of
there is
They
literally
turned orcs into vampires for some bizarre reason.
there's literally like hundreds and hundreds of orcs running after them. The distance in this show makes absolutely no
Would be
sense.
hilarious if he just like try to deliver a fucking message. Piss off.
And then
I'm working
all of
for
a
your clan.
yeah. Your father let me go.
If you kill me before I deliver the message, Adar's going to be very upset.
Daddy's gonna be angry.
And then somehow Persian Girl shows up in a Baywatch
Jesus
routine
Christ.
where
Is
she's
she
like,
holding,
I'm
Xena's-
here.
Isn't she holding like Xena's metal disc thing in her hand or something? She's holding some sort of weapon at some point.
Oh, she's
Oh,
holding
yeah,
a
it's a
sickle. I think
scythe.
she's holding like a sickle or a scythe.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's a sickle. Yeah, that's what it is. That's not, dude. This seems kind of racist because she's Persian.
Ah, it's a farming utensil. It's just stupid.
It's dumb. She does a slow-mo run towards the kid.
This is all in slow-mo now. The whole
all of
thing's
it is
in
in
fucking slow-mo.
It was
the catching
fucking
of the arrow.
Baywatch. He catches the arrow like right as it's about to hit the kid, fires it back. It was so fucking crazy. In the most stupidest way possible, not like in the cool Legolas way, in the what the fuck is going on way. He's just doing the weirdest shit possible. And then they run. And then they make it to the field. He's like, run to the field. And they run to the field. They're not even that far from the woods. And they just kind of stop and take a look at the sun because the sun is rising. And they're literally this far away. Like, this is not that far. Like, it's just not. And I feel like the orcs could have just easily taken them out with some arrows, but decided not to.
No, they
And
wasted
then-
them all on that other elf in the previous episode.
No, there
Well,
was
they fire arrows after
fire
they start
arrows.
running away.
Yeah. And then there was two or three arrows after they kind of ran away. It was like, and it hits them like right next to their feet.
This show is beyond. The writing is beyond pathetic. Beyond pathetic.
The arrows like land like here.
Yeah.
Your sister's giving him ammunition now.
Yeah, and then they leave, and they're like, okay, well, bye now. And then the orcs are like from the sun, which makes no fucking sense.
The
And they
vampires
go-
now.
Yeah, and they go back into the woods. And then we see Disa singing some sort of weird song to the fucking rocks, which I'm sorry, but I couldn't stop laughing at this fucking scene. It was so stupid.
She was singing to the mountain to release the miners.
Yeah, dude, because that's how it works.
Because the mountain's a real person now, I guess.
The rocks could feel her because they started shaking and shit.
Somebody's got to
Like,
fucking feel her. Certainly ain't gonna be right.
Oh my gosh. Why is this show happening?
I have no idea.
Elrond sees the rock shaking and he's like, "Oh my god, what did you do?" I thought she was gonna say, like, my weight sometimes shakes the earth. But that didn't happen.
Wow. I'm thinking of these glasses for Zipper.
Oh, let me see. Cute.
These are actually proper reading glasses, so I can't see fucking shit.
Oh my god.
They're not they're prescriptions for someone else.
Yeah.
Dude, don't like
Oh,
your eyes can go
fuck.
bad with those.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for one stream.
I'm not gonna say anything.
The reading glasses. I'll just read throughout the whole stream.
Okay.
I'll just be like, there you go. That's fuck, it's fucking my eyes up. Fuck.
I'm telling you, your eyes are gonna go bad.
You can go to like clearly.com and get like non-prescription glasses pretty cheap too, and they'll mail it to you.
That's true.
Yeah, any frame.
I'll just get some from Amazon. They need the money.
They need the money. And then they're talking to Durin because Durin's all upset because his daddy shut her down on the mining. He was like, no more mining because people almost died, even though this dude saved them all somehow. And then so that happened. And then they're talking about how daddies love each other and how Elrond's dad apparently is the carrier of the North Star or something like that now because he did a bunch of shit that was cool. And I guess he evolved or like he was allowed to evolve by the Valar and they gave him the choice, the prize of being the carrier of the star, which is what I guess that's kind of cool, but I don't know. I don't know any about any of this stuff. I was like, okay, I'll take your word for it. And then he just gives them this. He's the fist of the North Star. That's right. Then he's just like, oh, okay, like you should spend some time with your daddy because you never know when he's gonna be gone. Like my daddy, because he's gone now. And he's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go spend some time with my daddy now. And that scene was sweet. I thought the scene between the king and the dwarf prince was kind of sweet because the daddy was like, I love you, son, even when I'm angry at you, and all that stuff. Did you guys think this scene was sweet? Did you like the scene?
It was. Look, I'd gone through an hour. I was already just fucked off with everything by now. I would like to say that if I cared, but I didn't because I was just like, will this please just fucking end? I'm fucking angry. I'm annoyed. I've had to watch an hour of absolute fucking drivel. It's the 4th hour of the fucking show and still not a thing has happened. So yes, lovely father and son, touchy-feely moment. Congratulations. You could have done this in episode 1. You could have done this in episode fucking 2, 3, but you chose to do it in episode fucking 4 when nothing's happening and I don't care. You didn't even have yourselves in episode 2 or 3, I think.
No, there was no dwarves. What about you, Script Doctor? Did you like this scene?
No, because I was still bewildered as to why there would be a conflict between these two, since the last time we saw them, they were talking about their suspicion of what the elves' motives were and that they found mithril. I'm like, but now there's a problem?
Yeah, because daddy didn't want him to mine the mithril.
No, but it looks like he did.
Yeah, I know.
It looks like he did because the last time we saw them, he was like, look at this. And it's clearly mithril inside. And then the next time we see them, Durin's mining for mithril. It's only later that we discover that Durin the Third is like, I didn't want you to mine for mithril. I'm not
feeling this, mining.
Until here. So everything that we know is it's A-okay.
Yeah, I thought that he didn't care either. It's
manufactured conflict.
Yeah.
Which they immediately resolved anyway.
Which means it had no weight to it, really.
Yeah.
Which means nobody cares.
None of the conflicts have any weight to it.
No, because they don't know how to do that.
They just think conflict good. People like at loggerheads with each other good. Because that leads to stories. What fucking stories? You haven't told one story in 4 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Look at this dude looks exactly like Nick Ricado too. What is
There's
happening?
no
with
world
him?
building. There's no fucking world building in this show. We don't know anything really about the characters. They just go from a scene to a scene to a scene to a scene. And they don't do fucking anything.
They
There's
talk, and
contrived,
that's barely anything. Yeah.
but it's contrived turns of events force them to do this, that, or the other. Why does bloody Alandir, or whatever he's called, have to give the message to the audit to the rest of the people?
Nobody
that's because
knows.
we need to get him out of the orcs now and back with the others.
He can't escape because that's not dramatic, and we can't afford it.
Nothing. Galadriel, all she's done is fucking be a massive cunt
Bitch.
for 4 episodes. And she's got basically nearly nowhere until the end of episode 4, where because some fucking cherry blossoms fall off a tree, the stupid Queen Regent is like, I'm going to do a complete 180 in what I decided. There's no world building in this. Isildur, tell me about Isildur. Tell me about Isildur.
What do you want to know? He's just there.
And just tell me about Isildur. Tell me from this show. Tell me about Isildur.
Is he depressed? I think he's depressed. Don't know why. Don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing.
He's got a hot sister.
He doesn't want to be a fisherman.
Boom. 4 episodes.
That's all I know.
4 episodes. Don't want.
Oh,
He's
and
not a
also-
fisherman. He doesn't want to be in the fucking Numenorian fucking navy.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be a Navy man, and he's got like rich white privilege, from what I understood.
Tell me about his sister.
She's hot, has the biggest boobs. That dude wants to bang her.
She can draw.
I don't think we
can
can
draw.
have she's hot and she's got big boobs as characterization, by the way.
That's right. That was me.
No, that's just good casting.
I mean, it's good casting. Exactly.
Yeah. She can draw. She feels bad for her brother that he didn't want to be in the boat thing, and she doesn't want to be banged by that dude, but he's trying
Tell me
to bang
about Bronwyn.
She's a bad mom.
Wait, which one was Bronwyn again?
Yes.
Oh, Persian Girl, right?
Persian Girl. Tell me
Persian
about Bronwyn.
Girl's terrible mom.
Mhm.
Doesn't want to, or wants to help her village survive, but can't because she doesn't know what the hell she's doing. I think she's banging the elf, and I think that's the daddy of the kid. But
Tell me
nothing
about
else
Ellen,
happens.
dear.
Male feminist who
See, you can't describe these characters because there's no character. 4 fucking hours of the show.
No.
And if I was to say, tell me about Galadriel, basically she's a massive
She's a
twat
bitch.
that just gets pulled an
Karen.
epi if she don't get her own way. There's nothing to these characters. Nothing. Tell me about Halbrand.
Sauron. He's hot.
That's not allowed.
Okay. He is trying to manipulate Galadriel in some way.
How?
He mansplains things to her because he
Okay,
wants
that's better.
to,
Yeah, okay.
he wants to like make her understand to do things a certain way. Like you can catch more flies with honey if you speak to certain people like this. You can get what you want.
No, you're talking about Galadriel. Talk to me about Halbrand.
But he's teaching her that. I'm saying.
No. Talk to me. Tell me who Halbrand is as a character.
I was told that he's the king of the Southlands, but I don't know how the fuck that's true.
Because he's got a sigil around his neck.
Yeah, he's got that sigil. But I mean, he could have stolen that sigil. For
Doesn't
all I
matter.
know.
Don't need to go there.
Okay.
Tell me.
He was
about-
found on a plank of a boat for some reason. I don't know what the fuck. That's all.
I'll put you out of your misery. 4 hours. 4 hours of this fucking
The
show.
only thing we
like
know
I
about
failed a
Halbrand is that
test.
he can fight against 4 guys and win.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's maybe sexually attracted to forges.
Yeah.
He likes
The other
He's
thing I know about
mysterious.
Galadriel is she really likes riding horses because that's the only time I ever saw her happy, and I think she had an orgasm.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
I
know that
agree.
she knows how to climb because she's done a lot of climbing.
That's right.
And
She knows how to climb.
I can't allow that. That is not a characteristic of somebody that they can climb. See, there's nothing that, as you can clearly see, there is nothing but superficiality about these characters.
She beat
There
up
is
five guys
we
by
don't
herself.
know any of these characters. We haven't got an true established relationship with anybody. They are just talking to each other in scenes. They talk to each other like they don't even fucking know each other. And how are we meant to know them?
Oh yeah, Galadriel's motivation.
Orgasm.
Galadriel's quote-unquote motivation is for avenging her brother, who we have zero compassion or understanding of their relationship either.
Yes.
Yeah, because from what we know, elves can reincarnate, but then that dude's didn't. I don't know because
And she thinks that the orcs are still around because there's nothing
because of the
there's
symbol.
nothing tangible to that. It's just her feeling that they're still.
Oh my god, what the fuck? So, anyways, then this is almost over, guys. This is almost over. We get to the stupid elf and stupid Persian girl talking about how
Halfway through the fucking series.
Yep.
Know nothing about anyone or anything
happened.
really.
Except
Wasted my
for-
life.
This dude is like, the orcs are coming. They let me go to tell you that. That's basically what happened. And then after that, we see the kid again. Somehow he has the sword again, and then that old dude comes up to him that apparently owned the farm and somehow had this sword but didn't do anything with it.
That's where the kid stole the sword from, his farm.
Yeah, it was his
But he doesn't
farm.
want it back.
He doesn't want it back. He doesn't care, and he didn't do anything with it, even though he had it all this time.
Well,
And
he
just
made it grow a couple of times because he has a scar on his forearm, like the other, like the kid has. But
did you see what the scar is?
I'm trying to pinpoint.
It's the mark of Sauron from so basically the map of Mordor.
The map of Mordor, yeah, because it was like the same map thing. I'm trying to pinpoint that scene, but I can't get it for some reason. There it is. But they have the same stupid mark, and that's basically it. It's right here.
Oh, it's the mark of Sauron, there, son.
It's.
Have you heard the name Sauron, boy?
I can't believe this was a real conversation because that did happen. That's exactly what he says. And then he's like, our ancestors like killed that dude with the sword and blah, blah, blah. And now you have it. And that's basically it. It's like, okay. Then we watch and that evil elf dude, what was his name again? Andar or something?
Adar.
Adar. Yeah. He's just like watching this wolf eat this thing. And I was like, okay. That happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
very poignant scene that we needed to see.
For absolutely no reason. And then we see Galadriel. She's just like taking a walk off the freaking, I don't know. She's like dead man walking over here. Like she's just like walking to the boat.
She needs to take a long walk off a short pier. That fucking.
I wish she would just walk off the pier, but she didn't.
Who keeps dressing her?
I don't know, but they covered her up even more, and they were like, "All right,
that's fine by me." I don't find a single fucking hair on her head attractive.
Oh my god. Anyways, that's fine.
Yeah.
Then there was another scene like right after this that was really kind of like jarring for me because it was like this dude right here was like, God be with you, or may you farewell, or so he said something nice to her and she just totally completely ignored him and walked
like shit. Yeah.
And I was like,
fuck you, man.
He took you, first of all, he took you on the best horse ride you've ever been on. Okay. Like you should be thanking him because clearly he did a lot for you. And
But he's not royalty, so she's lesser.
he led you to the map that made you figure out Sauron's still around. He did a lot for this woman, and she didn't even say bye. She didn't even look at him. She just like walked away. And I was like, this is why we say she's such a bitch, because this is a bitchy thing to do. Like a nice woman would have been like, thank you, you too, or something like that.
She's displayed no courtesy at any stage.
No
manners,
courtesy.
Nothing. No civility, nothing. She's always gone in adversarial. She's always acted like a complete prick. And the worst character I think I've seen in a fantasy fucking genre anywhere.
I now understand why those young elves bullied her as a child.
Yeah. She was a twat.
She was. And then and no one else can also explain to me why the entire way that she was like on the fucking boat, she's standing there. Like, it's like, okay, you have a seat. You just sit down. Okay.
No, she's waiting for somebody to take her clothes off like the last time.
She's just like standing there on the boat, and like she's just like, whatever. Nobody stands the whole way.
Elves stand on boats. We don't sit.
Nor do we paddle or use the oars. We
don't have any emotion.
And then the king and queen, or not the king and queen, the king and Karl Marx, or I mean the queen and Karl Marx are walking away. They're like all the way to the other side, and then the queen sees the freaking petals fall, and they're like, "Oh my god, the petals!" Or she's like, "Oh my god, the petals!" And she's freaking out, and so is Elendil for some reason, because I don't. How the fuck would Elendil know? Because Elendil hasn't seen the vision from the Baldy thing, and I'm guessing hasn't had any dreams.
Maybe he's just like thinking to himself, why was she such a cunt to me? I was so nice to her the whole time she was here, and she was just a complete twat. What did I ever do to her? Never mind. I'll just shout at my daughter and son later for drama.
I was so confused at the scene though, because I was like, did I miss something? Did he also have a vision of the petals falling? Did he have a dream? Because he locked eyes with the queen, and they're like, oh my god, the petals are falling. Like, they're like freaking out. I was just like, okay. Then, okay, see, the boat is here. Like, it's pretty far. It's like all the way to the boat. But then I guess somehow they called it back, because they were like, oh my god, the petals, because they call it back. And the next thing we know, Galadriel shows up at the Queen Regent's side, and they're standing there together. And she's like, I'm going to help the elf now because, well, women stick together. Let's just say that.
Because the season has changed. The flowers have fallen and starting to turn color.
Yep.
We have to listen to the elf.
And CNN did say on a tweet that next year, global warming is going to be back at the same time.
Oh.
You mean summer?
Yeah, those are called seasons.
They're called seasons.
Those are called seasons.
Yeah. Global warming can't come and go, because that's not how it works. It either is or isn't.
Apparently, according to CNN. Don't worry, global warming might be gone now, but it'll be back next year.
It took 35 years to convince people that global warming is just summer.
And then Sauron, or this dude right here, is somehow out of prison. And I guess we don't. Okay, he's just been let go, and he's just hanging out now. All right. I guess they don't care about
time served. I guess they have that
time served for beating the shit out of him, breaking some dude's arm.
Now remember, we don't know how much time has passed.
We don't know how much time has passed. We don't know. That's to be fair.
It could be 3 months for all we know. 2 years, who knows?
And then we see like a call for action, and a call for basically for people to, rise up and say, we're gonna fight for the queen and go to the Southlands and rescue our brethren. And of course, what was it? Isildur's like, yeah, I'm gonna go, and all the other dudes are like, yeah, I'm gonna go, and then they all did the Heil Hitler thing, and that's it. That was it. That was the end of the episode. They're going to the South to rescue the people.
Can I give a spoiler for next week?
Of course. Spoiler alert,
okay,
people.
Spoiler alert if you don't want to hear. So they're going to the Southlands to return. You would imagine. There you go. Hail Hitler. There you go. You'd imagine because they are going to retake the land from the Orcs and put Halbrand back on the throne.
Mm-hmm.
His people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Muriel asks Halbrand to fight with them, and he says no.
I could have seen that.
Galadriel has to step in and say, yes, he will fight.
So she's speaking for the king. All right.
She's speaking for everyone, dude.
Wow. Okay. I can't wait to see her
the only
train.
surprise I would enjoy from this show is if they get to the Southlands and all the orcs have decided to move on and they're not there anymore.
Or they just fall into one of the huge trenches and all die.
Yeah.
They moved north. 201 Studios for 5 says, how about that Viola Davis ordering people to pay to see her movie? I said, you don't own me. I'm not your slave. Oh my God. Wow. Wow.
No, the film is about they're trying to glorify this person who sold slaves.
Black slaves.
It's more like glorifying the society because the person Viola Davis is playing is completely fictional, but still it doesn't bode well for what this is and how they're pushing it. These are the bad guys and they want us to cheer for them.
Yeah, they're trying to say that. Well, I don't know what they're trying to say. All I know is Viola Davis said, if you don't watch my movie now, you'll never see black women on screen again. I was like, what?
That's what they're trying to say. You see, you don't know what they're trying to say. What they're trying to say is put a black female at number 1.
Isn't Black Panther coming out next month? Isn't that like gonna be like a female-led black person?
Yeah, I mean, I would say Viola Davis is channeling a little bit too much of her Amanda Waller character from the DC films.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Oh
I mean, I just don't want to watch it because it's just I'm not interested.
I'm not interested at all, but man, I don't know.
You know, I'm sick and tired of Hollywood. It's got fucking black victim, black slaves. That's all they fucking got, and I'm bored. I'm
not interested either. I'm not watching it.
So what am I meant to do? Go and watch the film and come out and go, yeah, that was great. I love the way she sold those black slaves.
That doesn't sound like our cup of tea. Serial Martins, thank you so much for the $2. LOL, the king of the grandfather is Stardew Valley. I love that game. That's funny.
Wakanda forever.
What? Oh,
Wakanda forever.
Yes. Daramuth for 5 says, Galadriel with a plantier in each hand. She knows her hard stone future seeing balls well. LOL. Wow. She does like those balls.
I have had balls in my hand before.
That is what she said.
Okay.
I have touched balls before.
Future epicals.
Future. Oh my God. Map Hanger for 10. Thank you. Says that's because she's gladiatorial, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix legions, and the loyal servant of the true emperor Marcus Aurelius. Sorry, wrong movie. And Deranged Lunatic, aka DL Senzo Rose. Thank you so much for those. And with that, that's it, you guys. That was the episode. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. As you are always a pleasure to hang out with. So please tell everyone where they can find you and what you got coming up next.
Tuesday, Real BBC over on Nerdrotics channel. Wednesday, Zipper and Frost will be reunited on Chrissy Mayer's channel. I don't know why they managed to coerce Chrissy Mayer into allowing them to stream there, but there you go. That'll be 10 a.m. I think 10 a.m. Eastern,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Central.
No, it was Eastern.
It is Eastern.
Yes.
10 a.m. Eastern. So that's 3 p.m. UK time. Something and Friday Night Tights.
Friday Night Tights.
On Friday.
Do you know who your guest is going to be at for Friday?
Probably. I'm gonna guess Disbrew and shut up.
Chat, probably. That's right.
Because while this Rings of Power debacle is going on,
they're great. They're great.
They are.
Archangel for 10 says, since Amazon staked so much on Galadriel, would you be less harsh on the show overall if she was well written and not such a see you next Tuesday? She makes me hate everything. Yeah, I think I would. I mean, I really do try and find some good in things. That's why I like Disa. Like I thought in the first 2 episodes, I thought she was the best one. I'm starting to like kind of like go. I'm over the dwarves at this point. But it's just like she was good in the sea of madness. I was like, okay, this is pretty good. But now the show's like 4 episodes in, and I'm like, okay, like, is anything going to happen that I'm going to care about? And no. So I think, yes, I would have probably cared about her more, like not being so hard on the show if Galadriel was, I don't know, a better actress or she wasn't as insufferable. What about you guys?
Well, I mean, you'd be saying Galadriel's good, but the rest of it, because the problem isn't just Galadriel. She's awful, and she stands out as, I think, the worst thing in the show. But everything's bad. The Harfoots are bad. Fucking psychopaths. The Harfoots are bad. The stuff on Numenor's been bad. The stuff in the Southland's been bad. Nothing has been good in this show. Like, the game we played earlier, you can't say anything much about the characters because there's nothing there to say about them. There's been no actual development. There's been no characterization whatsoever. And we've just literally going through a series of very basic events, which could have been told in a quarter of the time. Because if you were watching the extended versions of Lord of the Rings right now, we are out of the Fellowship of the Rings extended. And a lot of stuff happened there. We're half an hour into the Two Towers.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about everything that happened in those 4 hours comparative to what's happened here. This has been a complete waste of time, this show. It's directionless. Mm-hmm. Its editing is appalling. It's got no fucking story. It's got no characters, because you got to have character to have a character. So even if they had written Galadriel well, you'd be saying, well, Galadriel's the best part of the show by a mile, but the rest of it is dog shit.
Like I did with Lisa. Yeah. It's funny because you mentioned that game we were playing earlier, because you didn't really mention any of the Harfoots. And I think that that's probably where they have the most characterization is the Harfoots, and the characterization is basically they're terrible fucking people. Like that's basically it. Like it's like they're terrible people that leave people behind, and I don't know what the hell. How have they survived for 1,000 years? I don't understand. That's what I got.
It seems impossible that they would have.
Yeah, it's just like they're terrible.
We know that they're xenophobic and hate themselves. So yeah.
And
there are no nomadic migrating tribe that leave people behind.
Yeah, and they barely hunt.
Makes no sense for a migrating tribe of people.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I don't know. I think that's the most characterization they've done in the show, and it's been terrible.
They're fucking
filthy. Yeah,
they're dirty, they're filthy, and they don't have a lot of children, which migrating tribes have to, because one of the things they have to avoid is the eventual incest that'll happen if their couples are only having 1 or 2 children at a time. You eventually whittle down your gene pool, so that's why you have to have more. So you can get more combinations and more distance between genomes. I'd have to just concur what Az has said. There's literally nothing to this show. It is without substance. It is using Lord of the Rings as a crutch, and the crutch is broken at this point. It's not there. they've got twinkles of attempts at trying to do something, but they don't have the intelligence or understanding of what it is. They have the concept of motivation in abstract form, which is that Sauron is coming, and only Galadriel knows. But you do nothing on her favor to prove that this is a reality to anyone else, other than her just dictating and ordering and telling people. I always say, if you want to have a character that's the only one that knows what's going on, go look at the classic model from Superman and Jor-El. He provides evidence, and the council refutes it based on their own hubris. They don't say that he's wrong. They just say, well, we think that we can, based on your findings, we think there's a different outcome. And that's the conflict. And that's what you have. Like they kind of do it decently, but not great, in The Day After Tomorrow with Dennis Quaid, where he's like, yeah, this is what we see, this is what's going to happen in so many years, and then it happens immediately, and then whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that they bring forth with them a very convincing argument, and then in order to make sure that they don't win right away, they provide a counter convincing argument that's also rational. And we don't have that element here at all. There is nothing going on to say that we can believe Galadriel, and there's nothing Galadriel has said that makes us want to believe her. And
there's a tempest in me.
Great, you have a storm. It's called indigestion. Shut up, sit down, take a tablet.
Rumblehotep says, I ain't no Halibran girl. I ain't no Halibran girl. I love that. Script Doctor, tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter, and you can watch my evergreen videos where I review and break down television shows until I can get back into the swing of things once I am finished with this next screenwriting project that's been occupying my time for the last little bit.
Yay!
Thank you so much for having me on. It's been very cathartic to talk about this horrible show.
Oh my god! Of course. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming on tonight and talking about it with me, because it was painful to watch this show, and to talk about it with you guys is at least somewhat of a cathartic and a bit of the plus side, silver lining. And everybody in the chat, thank you guys all for joining us tonight. You guys are awesome. The chat's been fantastic. You guys are on fire. Thank you. Extra thank you to the people who super chatted. You guys are amazing. And I love you guys. And for the same with if you became a member and everything like that. So thank you for supporting the channel. And thank you for smashing the like, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next week. Tomorrow night, I'll be on Toxic Femininity on Monday, and then Tuesday with Az hanging out for the real BBC. So come and check us out on Gary's channel. Until next time, bye everybody. Bye.
Bye.
I'm so sorry.
I'll survive.
I don't doubt it. You're an excellent specimen. I thought you were empty.
I just moved in.
I'm Charlotte Melville.
Hi.